I'm not going to make you guys wait. Hi. So, everybody's here. Hi, Jennifer and Tarot Destiny, Serendipity. So I was watching the body language guy and I heard you got a shout out again. You are like the fan celebrity of YouTube. I love it. Lady of the Lake, Primchi, Amanda. So can you guys hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I don't know. Penny's here. And guys, I have my hoodie on. Gregopedia got this for me. It's a giant, like, slanket. And I thought I was going to be nice and cozy in it, but I'm starting to sweat. I think it's coming off. Serendipity says hi to you, Gregopedia. Whew. Okay. I'm like 10 pounds lighter now. Holy smoke. Yeah, this thing, it's like legit a huge blanket, but it was really cold down here this morning. So I grabbed it because I figured it would be chilly. We're supposed to get snow tonight. So Lady of the Lake, thank you. Primchi, thank you for the thumbs up, letting me know that you guys can hear me. I've got my hub is malfunctioning. So it keeps making alert noises. So it's really, really annoying. So once if it ever stops, I will put my sound back on so I can hear some things. But so welcome everybody. 12 of you, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. So I hope everybody's having a good start to their week. I have a lot of production videos for you guys this week, like a super lot of production videos. I did one, I think, for every day. We can dip into some of the subject matter though. Broke Schlo, how are you there? Happy Monday indeed. Happy Monday indeed. Oh, so yeah, Penny retired. I think that's awesome. Best, I rub some of that off on me. Hi, Deborah. Deborah, I think I got a text from you, but I've been running around like a chicken with my head chopped off. So I didn't answer any of my texts yet. Holy crow. I gotta hang on. I had that big sweatshirt on. I'm done. The fan's out, Greg. How are you sitting in yours? Greg, your hoodie. How are you wearing your hoodie? Aren't you sweating? No. Is yours fleece on the inside too? It's what? Fleece around. Whew. So Penny, let's do a little read, see how your retirement's gonna go. And this deck, I can't remember the name of it, but it's brandy new. Sloppy shuffle for all y'all. Ready? And oh, for Pete's sake, this pop up. And where's my sloppy? Sloppy shuffle. So Penny, I'm gonna do a little bit. Oh, you know what? Broke Schlo. I love this idea. Yeah, I'll do some of that tonight. Throw a question at me. But Penny, this one's for you. This deck is not shuffling well. Actually, Penny, I think you like the Nakedy deck. So, censors beware. I'm going to pull up the Nakedy deck. Oh, let me get that on there. And you know, it's so weird. Like, I feel like you guys can't hear me because I turned my sound off. Go figure. So, Penny, what is going to serve you best into retirement? Let's see what's going to serve you best. What is going to serve you best? I see Sunny Girl popped in. This is actually very cool. So this Nine of Wands I'm sorry, Nine of Swords in reverse. On this deck, this particular deck reads very differently, or a little bit differently for me. Anyway, I had to cover up some nakedies. So the Nine of Swords is not that anxiety card, but it's that tension before you get into a fight. So when this is in reverse, this is lay your swords down. Fight's done. There's no substance to the fight. Let it go, and you can carry on and go your own way. Okay. Wheel of Fortune is now everything has opened up to you. You've come full circle. You can see on this deck that she does the age progression, full circle of life with the Wheel of Fortune. So you've come full circle. You can kind of chill out now and write your own future. So this is our Three of Pentacles, which is coming together, learning something new, maybe doing something different from what you've done before, maybe doing something that you've always wanted to do. The Star in reverse reminds you that the future can be anything you want it to be. So you can look to the future and be hopeful and kind of create your own experience. Sorry, that was one of our dog gates falling over. You okay? Okay. So I have one sick and one tripping. So hi, Jay Marcus. Hi, TJ. Yes, TJ, I'm going to get to you. Sit still, honey. So, be hopeful for the future, because Ace of Wands here tells us that there's all kinds of cool stuff. So if there's something that you want to do, if you want to, I don't know, start a YouTube channel about your experience as a professional, you could do that. If you want to write a book, if you want to write a blog, I do have a feeling that you need like a little bit of a soft landing for now. So just kind of chill out. Heart of the matter, how is retirement going to serve you? You're going to miss the camaraderie. You're going to miss the people that you worked with, the people that were, on the ground with you. You're going to miss that. So I would say make sure that you do serve that well and find some individuals that you can, be smart with and be smart around. So, because I know you're a smart cookie. So, all right, let's scroll back up, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just going to go up to the top, and there we retirement. See some more questions. Broke slow. It's so wild. I actually was looking at some of the things that I did last year, and I was like, I should do like another theme week. So I'm just gonna hear. All right, so I think I might have missed. Oh no, TJ, I'll get to you next. Okay. So, but which founding father are we going to talk about? We got to kind of focus on the individual ones. So, let's start with GW, George Washington. We're going to see what he would think, how he would view the trip to Ukraine, 46's trip to Ukraine. What would he think of that? What would he think of that? So immediately I'm getting very, very strongly, don't leave the building. Don't leave the building. And I see the White House. I think in times of trouble, his inclination is to not leave home base, not to leave the seat of power. So I think that George Washington, GW, would have said that the diplomacy, he understood the diplomacy that was needed, and the need to go there to extend that kind of advisement and care. And I guess, I don't know, I didn't ask about money, but to extend that advisement over. but that he should not leave terra firma because that is where he belongs. Keep in mind, George Washington was dealing with a time period. Now I'm starting to get cold again. Welcome to Menopause Theater. No, I'm through all that, but you would hate to watch Menopause Theater? Yes. Why? It would be like a lot of wine and chocolate. Wine tastings, chocolate. Oh my God, there's a huge thing flying here. Ah! Greg, stink bug, save me. Shoot it. It's flying. I hope it doesn't fly. I hope it doesn't fly at Angus. So, all right. I'm sorry, guys. It really was a stink bug flying. So keep in mind, George Washington, in his lifetime, we weren't flying back and forth within a day. We were, traveling by boat for months at a time. So a little bit of difference about leaving your home base to go there. He feels that was letting down their guard, kind of letting what is it, portcullis? Is that what that's called? Portcullis, letting the portcullis down. That's the gate in front of the castle. He feels that was overall a very big risk to run, very huge risk to leave the seat of power. And intuitively, I'm getting that, leaving the seat of power leaves a vacancy for someone else to step in and take over that power. So really, that's kind of what we're looking at here. Under the surface, he definitely thinks it was a bad idea, and that it was poor leadership. So, well, I'm going to say that 100%. Just a tarot reading. You can argue with me if you want. And let's see what Thomas Jefferson would have thought about this. Thomas Jefferson, what would he think of 46's trip to Ukraine, not the Ukraine? You had that lesson already. Ukraine to Ukraine. What do we got? Thomas Jefferson. Oh, yeah, another. Oh, he's a little bit more worried about the money. And loyalty to one's own country. Heart of the matter. What? Harvey Nichols?
He wants to watch every nickel.
That's why you're around, Greg. Greg said he wants to watch every nickel. You get it? That's funny. He's a funny guy. He too thought that this was not the best laid plan. The buck stops with TJ. He does not want to give out any more money. He wants to keep the money here. He thinks that it was a poor decision and he's actually more hung up on the money and the lack of investment in our country. So moving forward, he thinks we should stand down on any of that, and a bit sterner on the feelings. We shouldn't be letting the know that we have a pocketbook that has nickels in it, nickels and dimes. Who's on the dime? Eisenhower. I haven't seen money in so long. So over the top, the dominant energy here is that the energy for 46 should have been zeroed in at home. Let's see what Ben Franklin thinks, and then we're going to move on to TJ's question. Not the TJ that I was just referring to, but the TJ on YouTube here. Huh? It might be Thomas Jefferson over there. I don't know. Not that psychic. You know what's funny? I called a client in my day job today, and he goes, "Oh my God, you must be psychic. I was just going to call you." Yeah. Doesn't work that way, but whatever. So let's do this. What's Ben Franklin think of 46's trip to Ukraine? Yeah, not loving it. Oh, he was more alarmed by it. More alarmed by what was going on back here. There was nobody in charge back here. He didn't leave any parents watching the house. And to what end really was his thinking here, the dominant energy. Immediately I got, to what end with this? To what end? This was not a position of someone who is in control of their country, and not a position of someone who has their country's best interest. This is someone who's not planning within their own country, but without. That is very alarming to him. This isn't done with a high mind, and there's a lot of shadiness that's right out on the table. Ben Franklin, pretty smart guy, pretty fart smeller. I did say fart smeller. I'm sure he was like one of those weirdo guys that was a fart smeller, but I'm just saying. Probably like really excited about, oh my God, Greg, the stink bug's back. Can you please kill it?
Can you say that? Can you use the K word?
I did. Shoot it. We have a bug assault gun. It shoots rock salt at guns. And Gregopedia and I found out when we were in the Lanai a couple summers ago that it doesn't work on hornets. It just makes them really, really angry. And we both almost died. This big old hornet who wanted to kill us. So, no, it was awful. So I think Ben Franklin also thinks that this was, to what end is this relationship with this other country? Like, why are we doing this? Why are we getting involved in this? 24 of you here. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. I don't know how many are watching on Facebook. I can only see the 24 from YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be here for a while. I don't have to pick anybody up. It's Monday night. We ain't got nothing better to do. And I will tell you, on Netflix, I do have a Netflix membership still. And on Netflix, they have a new movie called We Have a Ghost. And I watched it, and it was actually very, very cute and very fun. And I liked it very much, and I highly recommend it. But watch my show first. Hang out here first. Did you kill it?
No, I need to kill it.
Oh, I don't have a tissue.
I need to know where it is.
He was over by the spot.
So I have no means of killing it and no idea where it is. How am I supposed to? I got to hunt this thing down now?
Yes.
I don't have a buckhound.
You are descended from ninjas, samurais. Get in there. No?
We're not real ninjas. We're more stagecraft ninjas.
Stagecraft ninjas. We're not real ninjas, no.
Most of the back behind the scenes kind of thing.
Why does your ninja have an English accent? Oh, all right. So TJ, I hope you're still here, darling. All right. So let's do a little health reading. Let me switch up some cards here. We'll use my Cosmo Tarot. Hope everybody's having a good night. Feeling chatty. We are about to have a little dusting of snow here in New Jersey. It's going to get a little bit deeper up north. I don't think it's going to be bad enough for me to not work in the office tomorrow. I don't know. You want the fan? Here, use the fan and flush them out. You just do this. No, flush out. He was zipping around inside the light and out. The ridiculous lighting is awesome. Gregopedia got me ridiculous lighting for Christmas. Like, you have no idea what's on the other side of this camera. So, TJ, let me focus in. So we're going to like do your chakras, kind of.
We don't know what that means.
I give you $10 if you know who this is. All right. So TJ, this is head. Six of Swords. So what I'm getting intuitively is that there is a lot of tension in your head. So there is something that's on your mind. I'm going to get to what I think it is in a minute. But you need to move on from that. So the Six of Swords is moving on from stress and crisis and moving into something better. This is your indication right here that you need to move on to something better. So perhaps a little bit of meditation, kind of take yourself out of the equation and move forward. So we're going to do the throat because that's where I'm feeling this is really there's something going on here. This is what's bothering you. I don't know if it's thyroid or something like that. But we got the Eight of Swords in reverse, which means that this is going to be resolved. We're going to get rid of it. When we have swords, a lot of the time that's a surgery thing because it is a sharp. So even though in this deck, the swords are replaced with pens. So I don't know what's going on in here, like with a thyroid or parathyroid or something that's going on in here, but it's going to be resolved. But I think it's going to be resolved with a little bit of cutting. So it's some attention to that. Tell me in the comments if I'm onto this, because I tend not to do health readings. They can, there's too many variables. Like people cannot take care of themselves. They can just kind of do their own thing. Like my doctor told me, hey, you're almost diabetic. Hey, get to work. So, I'm on the freaking treadmill like constantly. It's really sad. I don't know what my blood's doing these days, but we'll find out when I go back to the doctor. But anyway, so there's definitely something here. I want to pull some cards on that. So what do we need to do to pay attention to that? Four of Pentacles. Stop concealing this. If you haven't attended the doctor, go to the doctor. Go talk to them about it. Make sure that you make them aware of this. It's not something that, you can't take an at-home test for what's going on in there. And Ace of Pentacles is something that does need to be addressed. This is going to be a new chapter. You're going to have to get in there and do some work. You're going to have to pay attention to your health for a little bit. And then finally, let's do one more on this. Nine of Wands. You don't have to keep this to yourself, stand back. You've got the wherewithal to take care of this. So it's not something that's insurmountable. This is something that you can conquer and move through. So I do think that you should absolutely do that. So let's look at your chest real quick. Two of Swords. I think there's a little bit now we've got more swords that are going down in here, so they may tell you something about your chest as well. Something to pay attention to. I'm getting that the bulk of it is up here in the throat. There's something going on in the throat. Tummy. Let's see your tummy. Tummy's okay. Tummy's looking good. And then we go into pelvis area. And that's fine. Everything's looking good there. And we'll do overall. We'll do bones and skin. Let's do some bones. Five of Swords. Pay attention to that. So one of the things that you need to know, and I don't know how old you are, TJ, but weight training is really good for actual bone strength. I just found this out not long ago. So, and I'm not like a physical therapist or a trainer by any stretch of the imagination, but doing a little bit of lightweight training. You go to Five Below, grab a couple of weights from them, and just do a little bit of weight training. It actually is really, really good for your bones and keeping that bone strength in there. So I hope that resonated. I hope that made some sense. If you have something going on in your throat and you are willing to confirm that, you can do it in the comments. If not, you don't have to. No big deal. NBD. So we'll back that up. Let's see what Ben Franklin thinks about the having some political power in the world. There's an owl deck that I really want to get. Tarot Oracle featured it, and it may be the deck of the year. I have to look it up and see how much it is because it was so cute. Woohoo! I wish I had the Who deck now. Did you find that thing?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll tell you when he flies back out.
Sure you will.
Can you do a Who?
Who?
Woohoo! So no, he thinks it's a slippery slope. There's way too much variables here. The power slip is really what good old Ben would be concerned with. Ben Franklin. What he thinks of
what would Obi-Wan Kenobi think about it?
What would we're not doing that. We're not doing Obi-Wan Kenobi. So yeah, the power slip is really what he would be concerned about, and that this would create a much more powerful entity, politically powerful entity. I don't know if I'm allowed to say any of these words on YouTube, but he's afraid we would get a monster. This card is almost like separate from everything else here, so he'd be afraid of the monster that we were creating. So monsters are interesting people. Oh, party at Amanda's. Let's all go. I can see her writing too. Penny, I can see her writing too, Sari. There's some kind of writing that she's going to do. Oh, TD. Hey, TD. Broke Schlo. I would love to do a theme week too. If you guys want to see a theme week, throw it on over to me at Fortune Cookies Tarot. Like, I'm totally game for that. I actually was going to use the Chat GPT and ask what kind of readings I should do this week, and then I chickened out. I was like, a little worried about that. So yeah. Oh, dealer's choice. Thank you. Thank you, Penny. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, like that was it was a little strange, right? Go back to your house and so yes, Amanda, they do take a percentage of the super stickers, super chats, all of that stuff. So if you want, you can send them by Venmo. I mean, it's one or the other. I mean, I have Venmo, I have Cash App, I have PayPal, I have Zelle. What else do I have, Greg? I trade for, shells and beads. Eggs. Oh, eggs. Gregopedia said fresh eggs. Fresh eggs. He will trade for fresh eggs. So yeah, I mean, I don't care one way or the other. It's because if it comes through Venmo and PayPal, I'm gonna have to report it anyway, which is fine. Like, I don't know. It's only my second year having to really report anything. So times are cool. So what else? Actually, PayPal takes part of it too, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think Zelle does. I think Zelle is the one that doesn't. Oh, Sarah, you sweet pea. Thank you. So you guys can do whatever you want. I mean, people on Facebook, they can do it right through their Facebook Messenger. I don't know if that's connected to my PayPal or my Venmo or what. But okay, so it was one of your comments, but I think it was on the Royal Rogue. Here, I can actually tell you. I think I can see what I was watching, my watch history. Oh my God. I watch so much YouTube. It's not even funny. Let me see. Body language guy. Where I don't have my glasses on, so I'm squinting. It was last night, and I think it was the one that he had on yesterday. Oh, I can't see it. Yeah, it was definitely, it was his long live. He shouted out one of your comments. It was very cute. Very, very cute. He's adorable. I love him. And he's like shouting out a ton of channels right now. So I am not going to ask him to shout me out though, because I'm not strictly royals. You guys are great. Hi, Charlotte. Let's see. Is anything coming up for you, Charlotte? I feel like Charlotte needs the Housewives Tarot. What's coming up for you, Charlotte? The Lady of Charlotte. Amanda, everybody's taken a portion. They got hip to it. So, you know, it is what it is. And I always transfer the money pretty quickly, so I always get hit with the rush fee. It's just like less than $1. It's not a big deal. I'm like, I'll throw that right in the bank. Pay a bill or two. So, Charlotte, let me see what I got for you. Throwing cards all over. Charlotte, if you're new here, we do a little thing called sloppy shuffle. Oh, Charlotte, looks like there's good times coming up. Fast times at Ridgemont High. Temporary layoffs. Easy prey to rip off. Gregopedia did that, Charlotte. If you don't know, my husband is Gregopedia because he is my fact checker. And he's over there singing the theme to Good Times. Which we can't stop once we start. So yes, Jennifer, I do have Cash App. It is at fortune or $fortunecookies.com or fortune cookies. So let me get back up here. Oh, Charlotte, there's a troll in the dungeon too, guys. Yeah, there's a troll asking Charlotte for, I sense something. I sense a connection. Oh my God, they're so dramatic, those trolls. So Charlotte, looks like there's good stuff coming up very, very quickly. We do have this High Priestess and the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is communication, people talking. The High Priestess is finding things that are unknown, discovering things, getting into our intuition to find things to entertain us. So it looks like we've got some good stuff coming here. Now, this Emperor in reverse, the Page of Swords, we could be cutting out this Emperor who's not doing such a great job. Judgment is this dominant power up here. The dominant energy is the Judgment card. So, this may be getting rid of some dead weight, dare I say. Maybe we're getting rid of some dead weight. The Two of Wands under the surface is diverting our futures. So I don't know if we're getting rid of someone or if we're showing someone the door. That might be a polite way. What'd you say? Oh, Gregopedia is in a singy mood today. He is in a singy mood. So I hope that made sense. Let's see what's the best thing you can do with your future. Let's see, we'll give you a little 3-card jingle. Deux, trois. So yeah, this is strength and patience. We're gonna do what we have to do. Be tough, be sweet, but be tough. This is our nostalgia card. Remember the good stuff that happened as you're walking out the door. All right. So even when we have relationships that we leave that are challenging, I'm putting that in a nice way. I say that all the time. This was a challenging client. That is my way of saying bless your heart from New Jersey. Bless your heart. I say this is a challenging person. So even when we have these challenging people in our lives, one of the things that we need to do energetically is to really embrace and honor and remember the good things about the relationship. So the person may have become an absolute jackwagon to you at some point, but remembering the times that were good, remembering the incarnation of that person in your lifetime and in your experience is really valuable for you as an energetic being. So, that's the stuff that we need to take into the future, and I tell people all the time, you got to unpack those suitcases. You got to leave some of the stuff. You don't need your winter parka. You don't need your avocado hoodie. Sometimes you have to unpack and leave stuff, but do you leave everything? Not necessarily. Do you remember the good things that happened, the fun experiences you had, that time you climbed Mount Washington in that crappy car and you didn't think it was going to make it, and so you did get the sticker, this car climbed Mount Washington. Like you need to remember those things, and you need to let those stick with you. So that's how you should go into your future. I do wish you the best of luck. I hope everything turns out great. So let's see. Guys, you can just you all can just tip me however you want. It's okay. It's like I'm not even sweating it. Oh, I can't make anything, Sunny Girl. I can't make any of my links clickable on here. I think that you can copy and paste them out of the description in this video. So, but don't knock yourselves out. You guys can always donate through YouTube. It's totally fine. Makes them like me a little bit better. So here for everybody on YouTube, these are the trolls that we have. Greetings. I welcome you to my great spell and spiritual work. Ooh, if you are always having a nightmare. Oh. What was that?
They sound like the Thermians.
I think they do. Did I sound like a Thermian?
You sound like a Thermian.
I sounded like a Thermian. Okay. So they're so dramatic, though. I can sense your energy. Oh. Those pole people. So I'm going through the comments. Oh, thank you, TJ. That's great. That's great. Okay. Good. I love it when I get feedback. Who makes the owl deck? Here, I'll tell you. I saved it in my favorites.
No, I think it was a sentence.
What?
Who makes the owl deck?
Who? It was. Are you looking at this?
No.
Should be.
No.
Should be getting me this owl deck. What? I need another tarot deck.
Okay.
Oh. It is Tarot of the Owls by Pamela Chen, and the artwork on it is spectacular. Like I said, Tarot Oracle did a flip through the other day, and it's really, really beautiful. So, and I love owls. When I was a kid, we had a big evergreen tree outside my sister's bedroom, and we had an owl that lived in it. And I would go out there and I would look and I would peek, and he would be sitting out there whooing. He did not take any of my Tootsie Roll Pops. He did not. Serendipity. Let's see what we got. Doing pregnancy tests tonight. Word on the street is that Catherine, Princess of Wales, is what is not preguntas. That's a question, right? She's up the scud. Ah, that's terrible. I shouldn't say that. I think that's the funniest British saying ever. Up the scud. All right. All right. Let's be nice. Let's be nice. All right. So is Catherine. So we got Prince or Princess number 4. Number 4. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Everybody keeps asking me to read on this. Ace of Wands. 9 of Wands. The Hierophant. 2 of Pentacles. In reverse. 3 of Wands. 6 of Wands. Six of Wands again. So Ace of Wands, there's a possibility here. I mean, I think she's campaigning for this. I think she is saying after the coronation, is pregnancy test. Here we go. Is she pregnant right now? Is Catherine pregnant right now? Oh my God, this is the best angle I've ever had on this. Is Catherine pregnant right now? Is Catherine pregnant right now? Is Catherine, Princess of Wales, pregnant right now? I gotta know, Sari. So I'm getting a no, but I'm not getting a no in terms of whether it's something that could happen in the future. So this is possibility here. She is holding her ground, but she is biding her time. I think this is a fight she's going to keep at. How old is she? She's 40. She's already 40. It's something that I think she is going to make a collective appeal. This is William with his hard stop, though. No, I'm not going to let you jeopardize your health. And 3 of Wands, not even refusing to talk about it. However, I think she's pretending that she's okay with that decision. I think she is going to keep pushing forward with it. Will William ever cave? Will he ever cave on this one? No. No, he's too concerned and he feels like that, what, the time has passed and he does not want to fight with her about this. So King of Pentacles in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse. I'm done discussing this. 10 of Wands. I'm done discussing this. 3 of Cups. It's too upsetting to me. He is not joyous about this. This is not a joyous thing for him. Her health is too fragile when she's pregnant. And then that 3 of Pentacles in reverse. He's not even willing to have a conversation about it. So let's do a little what if from Asbury. What if she does get pregnant? How will that go? How will that go?
Well, the sperm enters the womb.
Gregory. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. When mommy and daddy really like each other.
When birthing persons.
I was being very, very not inclusive. Empress. Tower. I don't think that Ace of Pentacles. I don't think it's a good idea for her to get pregnant again. And the Moon in reverse. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. I think they're right. I think she's done. Yeah. So even if she does manage to get pregnant, it looks like it wouldn't last for very long. I'm just going to cover up his bum because he's got his bum sticking out there. And I think it would be very upsetting to everyone. I think it would be, upsetting to her, but I think that is what William wants to spare her from having a potential loss and being very, very upset about it. I think he doesn't want to fly in the face of God. So they have 3 awesome kids. That Louis, love that Louis. So that's what I think about that, Sari. I always said king for a day, not a literal day, but it's king for a little bit. And I think that's why this coronation is scaled down. I think they know that they're going to have full bore coronation for somebody else very soon. I think they're biding their time and spending their money well. Just my opinion. So let's take a look at 2024 for William. Let's go through the whole year. You guys game for that? January 2024. King of Pentacles, not standing strong. 9 of Swords, February. He is getting over whatever this damage is here. 10 of Wands, further getting over the damage. January, February, March, April. 3 of Cups, not celebrating. May, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, getting some resistance. January, February, March, April, May, June. June, the light is starting to shine. July, July, 8 of Pentacles. August, looks like we're going to have some complications there. So this is what I've got. All right. You guys see all these? So we've got January, King of Pentacles. He's in reverse here. He's in a holding pattern. 9 of Swords. There's some kind of damage that was done January 2024. You know what? I wish I had a timer on here so I could clip this. Some kind of damage is going to be done to him 2024. And he is going to have to get over that that hurt. It's going to be reputational damage. Gee, I wonder where that's going to come from. Some kind of reputational damage. By the time we get to the end of March 2024, he is going to be recovering from that, and he's going to be like IDGF. So you know what that means. Then we go into April, May, June. April, he's not going to be celebrating. This is going to be a lot more work, a lot more intensity, and he's going to be meeting a lot of resistance. I think there's going to be a lot of decision making here. So we have 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and then the Sun in reverse. Things don't start to ease up for him and get better until June. June of that year. So I'm wondering if this is going to be him taking over some of the controls and then shifting into that seat of power, aka throne. July, we're going to have this 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is that gaslighting, dazzled by choices. I think this is dazzled by choices, not gaslighting. I don't think we're going to have, drama like that. The 8 of Pentacles is going to be getting back to work, reestablishing oneself in a position that they're comfortable with. So this may be coronation for him. And then moving into the Hierophant position by August, where he is anointed and in a position of power, possibly. Again, this is August 2024 we're talking about. Then we have September, the Ace of Wands, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. October, November, December. This is the Hierophant is September. That is probably when he finally gets into. So July of next year is probably when everything opens up. Eight of Pentacles, he is getting into position. And then by August, excuse me for 1 second, water bottle. By September, we're going to see him in a more substantial seat of power. Ace of Wands in October, that's going to be taking on the power and doing actual things. This is going to be interesting. October of next year. Seven of Pentacles, he is going to take a breather and he's going to look back and see what he needs to do. When I say take a breather on the Seven of Pentacles, it's a little bit of a slower pivot point. So fives and sevens are pivot points for us in the pips. So, but the pentacles are very slow. So this is like we can kind of sit down on the park bench while chaos is going on in front of us, and we're going to figure out which puppy is going to get, taken out of the puppy bin, or which kid is going to get a snack next. It's kind of calm inside the chaos. So, but it's a lot calmer than the other sevens. The other sevens are a bit more dramatic and have a lot more movement to them. So this is, we're just going to kind of sit back and figure out what we're going to do. And then the Hangman, he's going to try and see things from another person's perspective. So if we're going to have somebody trying to wiggle back into the royal family, I think this is going to be the decision-making time, the September, October, November, December period. So, very, very interesting. Very interesting 12 months for him. So let's just look at the next year or so for King Charles. Let's see how this Carolean age is going to go. It just feels very quick. If we get wands and swords in this, very fast energy. Sloppy shuffle. Sorry, guys. I'm not sleeping. Six of Cups, nostalgic. So we're looking January, February, March. So this is where we are now. So nostalgic, being very emotional, looking backward. I think we all know who this is for January. And then having trouble making changes. That's our death card in reverse. And then the Five of Swords upright is trying to pivot, trying to work with people, trying to manage this. So we just did the swords in my tarot class, but one of the things that we always want to look at with our swords, our wands, our cups, and our pentacles is, are they held? Are they hammered? Are they hung? Specifically for the swords. So you can see the grip. He's got a tenuous grip on the swords there. We've got some people that are sad and crying in the background. It looks pretty desolate. There's one dude is dead on the ground, I think. So, this is having a tent. I'm not dead yet. I don't want to go on the cart. So this is what happens all day long in our house. We're constantly quoting movies. So like fights with Greg and I can get really fun because we'll bust out a movie quote and make each other laugh. So, but you want to look at how he's holding those swords. He does not have a firm grip on all of the thoughts or the swords that are in his hand. So that's where we are. We're going into March right now with King Charles. So then we have April, May, June. So by April, he's going to be looking outside of the box. He's going to be looking for some kind of guidance from the greater universe on this. I think he's going to be at his wit's end. Five of Cups here. He's just going to be extremely disappointed with some people in his life. So April, May, this is the coronation, right?
May is the coronation? I think it is. So I think he's going to be very, very disappointed. And then in June, all the love runs out of the cup. I think he's going to really harden his heart. I get a stealing of himself against somebody. Gee, I wonder who that could be. Um, July, Two of Wands, not willing to make any plans with anyone forward. August, wait, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. August, he is going to be locked up emotionally, intellectually. He's not going to be extending himself to any individuals. And then September, we have this Four of Pentacles. Again, the Four of Pentacles is holding things close to our chest. I think we see some information coming out at that point. And that'll be our September card. So I think we'll start to see information. I think he'll start to let people have conversations. It looks like there's rosemary in this too. That tree looks like rosemary to me. I'm just saying, looks like rosemary. October, November, December. And here's where it gets funky. So, and this is 2023. This isn't 2024. So we've got October, he is going to be holed up, probably going up to like Balmoral or, going to, I know he's partial to Highgrove. Maybe he'll go to Highgrove. Maybe he'll stay at Highgrove for the winter. He'll winter at Highgrove. I personally would like to winter at Balmoral, but I think he is going to be opening that up to tourists, which is great for the rest of us. Not that I'm skipping over to Scotland anytime soon, but the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like things are going to start to get weird. And here's where we have a power drain. December of 2023. This is a power drain right here. When we have the Magician in reverse, we lose control over the things that we have. We lose control over the magic that we hold. We lose control over all of those spinning plates that we have. So that is going to be interesting. So that is my King Charles for the 2023 reading. So I think maybe by the end of the year, we might see some issues come up. I have always said, I don't think Camilla is in great health. I think there's some health issues that she has under the surface that we don't know about, that the regular people like us don't know about. So I do think that there's something going on there. Yes, hydrate. Oh, wait, there we go. Yes, there you go. 2.99, 3 cents on the dollar. I'm just so used to like all of these services taking money from me. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, and the government, they got their hand out too. I'm just a bill. I am only a bill. You're in love with Hecklefish? I'm in love with Hecklefish. I love Hecklefish. So I just watched those of you who are not following the Y-Files, follow them. AJ and Hecklefish are a hoot. And he usually does like a live after he does one of his bigger broadcasts. So he's got some cool stuff. He did what was it, Project Bluebeam the other day. He had a thing on Project Bluebeam, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you go on there and you can find like anything. And so the cool thing about, and he's not real keen on psychics, not real keen on them. And Gregopedia and I donate to him all the time. And he shouted me out and he's like, Fortune Cookies Tarot by Annabelle. Like, and he was like, Annabelle, that's like really scary. Like the doll. Like he thinks I'm the doll. I'm like, I'm not a doll. I'm a doll, but I'm not a doll. I am a doll, right? DAHL. Like Roald Dahl. So, yes, original script, Roald Dahl, not the sanitized script, because Augustus Gloop should be fat. So, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. So, apparently, they are attempting to rewrite some of the Roald Dahl books to make them less offensive and triggery. So, like Augustus Gloop in the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory will not be overweight. He will just be a glutton with a really good metabolism, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So those of you who are not following the Y Files, go follow them. If you like this channel, you're gonna love that one. Not that he needs my help. He's got over 1 million people. Hi, Yvonne. I was just talking about Scotland and Balmoral. Yeah, next time I get to Scotland, my first stop is Yvonne's. I'm going to Yvonne's, even if she's booked up. I'm going to go over there and we'll have a nice cup of tea, maybe a little something stronger, skip on down to the pub and have some fun. So yes. And same holds for you guys. If you guys are ever here on the East Coast, up here in the great state of New Jersey. So I'm sorry, reading the comments while I'm doing this. Will King Charles have the full support of his family at the coronation? Let's see. We get a consensus support. That was a sloppy shuffle. I'm not going to do it, Deborah, so I don't scare your dog. Oh. Will he have full support? We have full support. Oh. Oh my. Oh, so I want to say yes, but the reality is no. I don't think he's going to have the full support of his family. I think we've got this King of Pentacles here who's out of ducats. And then we have this Knight of Pentacles here who is out of ducats. And these two have a big problem with not getting their fair share, which is, you know, an Americanism, I think. Pay your fair share. So there's this slimming down of the monarchy. The monarchy, the slimming down of the monarchy is a real thing. This is a real thing. He's really doing it. It's not like, oh, we're just going to cut out, you know, certain people because they're, you know, up our jacksie. This is, we're going to get rid of people because we need to cull the line of succession. I shouldn't say cull, but we need to, you know, get the line of concession, the line of concessions. Can I get a popcorn and a cheese fry, please?
I don't want a hamburger. No, cheeseburger. I want onion rings. I want a milkshake. We're gonna think like it.
The line of concession. So the line of concession, I think Harry's on that line now. So the line of succession, they really are slimming it down. It really is this European model. They're going to take the lead of the other royal houses and really just kind of trim it back. So I don't think that we are going to I think Lady Louise is really going to be like the last of the cousins that we hear about. I mean, we'll still see the York kids' children, the York princesses. We'll still see their children, but I don't think that we're going to see anybody beyond that. I do think that H&M played into that very much. I think that their actions have contributed to that a great deal. This decision of where the line is drawn. So how sad. We're just not going to have that, you know, that big balcony scene with all the ladies in waiting. I think we're just going to have, you know, the immediate line of succession that we're going to see there. So the tightening up the circle and tightening up the players that are there gives them much more control over the PR. It consolidates all of the work that they have to do. I just think that we're going to see a much smaller platform royal family. this pains him to do it, but I think the dollars and cents and the accounting on this is really what's the issue here. Also, the level of control. They just can't control these two over here. These two bozos. He's trying to, I hate to say build back better, but he's trying to build it back better and break free of the drama that has ensued. And this goes back for King Charles. This goes back to even the Fergie stuff that happened in, what was that, the late 80s, early 90s, where she was caught on telephoto lens with the Texan, and that was all over the papers. It goes back to, I think she was in the United States. Yeah, why?
Didn't she pee her pants on stage?
No, she did that too, though.
Oh, it's different for you.
Oh no, but no, I thought Fergie did. No, that Fergie did. The Black Eyed Peas one. Peas. Black Eyed Peas.
Pee her pants.
So yes, I do think that he is trimming the fat because they just need to invest in the immediate succession. I got new Invisalign today. I got new trays and my teeth are killing me from having them in. Less Harkle energy would be good. So let's take a look. I don't think they're going to the coronation. Let's see. Is Harry going? What's Harry saying today? I'm not going. I can't believe I'm not going. I can't believe they're not calling me. See, I just see Harry sitting like outside in the yard, like staring at my phone. Why won't they call me? So what's Harry feeling today? And I did do a reading about him for Friday, but I'm finding them so boring. Like they're just really like beating their heads into the wall at this point. It's like very, very boring for me to read. They're just angry. Like it's like that Chihuahua energy. Debbie, sorry if I scared your dogs. He just wants to talk shit. I think I saw your mark, Greg. I think he's over here again.
Busy.
If it attacks me and I embarrass myself on YouTube, it could go viral.
And go viral and you get more viewers.
Could go viral. People will be like, why didn't she see that bug coming? She's psychic. So we've got the dominant energy is this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. He is Baroque and miserable.
Baroque?
He's Baroque.
He's like,
yes.
Got all these filigrees.
Yes, all these filigrees all over him. He's just Baroque and miserable. He doesn't have any money, and he's trying to figure out some way to get that wallet to open back up. He wants to say bad things. He's formulating his sentences, and he's not going to hold back. Here he is, Knight of Swords, yelling. He's just going to wreck the room.
Now he's not going to hold back?
Now he's not going to hold. We're finally going to find out what he feels. And this 7 of Wands under here, he just wants people to know his side of the story. I can't anymore. So Saturday, and I was going to watch it, but I'm not going to watch it because it is fairly expensive. On Vimeo, there is an event. If you watch the video on Friday, there's a website. It's like harrysmemoir.com. It's on Vimeo because he's running out of platforms. It's a pay-per-view event, and so what he's going to be on there talking with this published mental health doctor, and he with the price. Who was it? The Royal News Network, Brittany. She did a thing on it, and she's actually going to watch it because she's a royal reporter. Or I don't know if she's officially a royal reporter. She's very cute. and very knowledgeable. She's very well researched. So she is going to watch it, but they are giving away a copy of his book with every purchase, a physical copy, not even a digital copy. So what that says is they've got, there's a warehouse somewhere in America that's, stacked way high with Harry's unsold biography. So this is how they're selling it. They're going to do a pay-per-view event. I wanted to go for the comments, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I may do it. I got his book on tape while I was whittling out on the front porch. So yeah, so let's see. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Hi, Catherine. Ooh. Oh. This is a meaty question. Question? No, it's not a horse, but I had my Invisalign in today. So, how do we want to read for this? I think we need some of these. And what else do we need? What deck? What deck would you read for investments, Gregory? What deck would you use for investments?
I don't know. Bicycle poker?
That's not a bad idea. Bicycle poker. Let's go here. Where is Joseph Magi? Let's see what we get with this. Oh, all my runes fell out. I got runes all over.
Love your runes.
What? No, not macaroons.
Oh, sloppy runes.
It was sloppy runes. Oh, you're supposed to cast runes, but not all about. All right, let's do a little Magi method. So, OMI. We're going to focus on OMI first. Oh my. Ooh. Oh, the OMI looks good. So this is something I think you should stick with. And again, I'm not a financial counselor. I'm certainly not a financial whiz. But the Magi is all things powerful. The Magi makes things happen. Magi is that king of diamonds, that king of wealth. And then over here, we have the cup overflowing. So this is our 10 of cups. So we've got good stuff here. Handcuffs and woman and hamster wheel. I think you're going to have to stick with it for a little while. I think you have to kind of play this out. Handcuffs were linked to something for a little bit of time, that it's metal. It takes some time to get out of that. Woman, clearly you. And the hamster wheel is we're going to have some ups, some downs. But overall, it looks like this is a pretty good mark for you. Pretty good mark. So overall, we'll just pull one. Fence sitter. It's going to take time for this to pan out. So stick with it and we'll see how it goes. Now, I've been doing readings on the economy. I haven't done one in a while. If you guys want, I'll do one tonight. And everything's kind of held up until March. The second one is Vivi. Vivi. Angel. Still questionable. Still up there. Broken Chalice. This one, it doesn't look like it's got Fence Sitter. Magi. Karmic Shift. This one does not feel quite as beneficial at the end of it. Under the surface. Man. I'll do a little bit more. Olive tree, roadblock. Yeah, this one feels like it's going to be a bit trickier, a bit more of a rocky road. The straight razor says you should cut it off, not killing me, Greg. So the straight razor says that baby, this is, we should cut it off. So it looked like the OMI is the it looks like the OMI is the better bet. So I don't know if you want to move things, if you want to move things around. While we're at it, we'll take a quick look at the economy. Let's see what's going on with the economy. We'll do a quick Celtic cross with the Magi method. So this is Joseph Magi's personal deck that he made. You can get this on his Etsy and follow him if you don't. He's quite good, and he was super nice when I asked for some help in a private message. So with his deck, with advisement on how to use his deck. So super, super good guy. I'm going to stress on the U.S. economy. Let's look at the U.S. economy in the next month, March. U.S. economy. U.S. economy. What are we doing? Lovers, partnering. No, not partnering. Fox. Behind us, people. Above us is work. They don't know what they're doing. I'm sorry. I know that is not what anyone wants to hear. So, lovers, we're in this together with everyone. What's blocking us is the holdback. So it's almost like we want to be part of the bigger picture economy, but we still want to keep some good stuff for ourselves back here. Greg, I can see your mark. He's right here. It's looking at me, Ray.
Ugly little spot, isn't it?
He is. I think he heard you. I can see the stink bug. It's right there. So it looks like we want to be part of this greater community, except that we don't. Except we want to keep it for ourselves. He's on the inside of the umbrella. Thank you, honey.
I had to feel me blasted in the face with a positron glider. Come on. Okay,
Now you're stuck. I should have the camera on him. So
figured it out.
thank you, honey. Yay, my hero. No.
Do they want to hear him
You want to put it
crackle?
under there?
Want to hear him crackle?
No.
No, we can't. We can't have a snuff film.
No. Joe, you can't say that.
What? You can't say what? Film?
Can't say that. Tell me if it's snowing yet. So we're at a crossroads. Under the surface, we think that we're being crafty AF. And, out in the open, we're being very conversant about what our plan is and how we think things should go in the future. But we're at this crossroads. What's going to happen? Let me shuffle. I'm going to shuffle again. I'm going to shuffle again. And we'll do a little climber here. So this is how we see ourselves. Broken chalice. This is how others see us. We're falling down. Karmic shift. Our hopes and fears are that we're going to come out on top of this. And the ultimate outcome is we're going to have to partner with everyone, and we're going to have to be full disclosure. So, some married couples like Gregopedia and I still have separate bank accounts, which is bizarre. But we just never put them together. And, we both work opposite schedules. This is kind of like, we're going to have to put our bank accounts together with the rest of the world. So I think that's what's coming in March. Darling, do you have a lozenge down here?
No? What was a lozenge? Would you have them? My bad.
She tried to take all the pillows off. Sorry, I was coughing. So yeah, I think we're just going to be stuck in this weird spot. Johnny Blake, you still here? 641. Oh, I hope you're still here. Johnny Blake, let me see. I'm going to get you a regular deck. Johnny Blake and Lisa. Let's see. Let's ask this question. Does Lisa want to get back together with you? Thank you.
Ocarina.
Hey, can I ask you for one more thing?
What?
Cup of lemon tea. I'm gonna be. It's a lozenge, not a stink bug. Thank you. You're my favorite. So, does Lisa want to get back together with you? Is she open to that? Let's take a look. Huh. So, Johnny, yes, she is very much agreeable to doing this because there's something that she has in her mind. The Seven of Swords makes me a little nervous because that means that there's an ulterior motive behind getting back together with you. There may be something that she needs. There may be something that she wants. Two of Pentacles, this would be restarting some foundations. But do we get off to the races? Not necessarily. We get into this Five of Swords where the same old is going to come back up. So under the surface, we have Judgment, thinking about whether this is the best decision. And then we have an Ace of Cups in reverse on the top. So is this a good thing for you? We're going to take a look at that. Thank you, my darling.
Did you want like a lemon flavored tea, or did you want tea with lemon in it?
Lemon flavored tea. I should have some up there.
Which one is it?
Lemon zinger.
Is it in a box? Or is it in like a...
You know where the sugar is?
Yes.
There should be some teas in there.
Okay.
If there are no teas in there, look on the other side, the opposite side of where the sugar would be. So, Johnny, would this be good for you? Yes, because you are a lover. You are a sweetie pie. And this will soothe your soul. But is it going to bring you into the future where you can be a champion of your own life? This right here, is this somebody who's going to steer the boat? Is this somebody who's going to pull the boat into a different direction from you? Or maybe a direction that you don't want to? You know, the excitement of getting in there, the excitement of getting back to where you once were. Heart of the matter, Queen of Swords. That I want you to remember what it was like. Remember, I just said earlier, remember the good times. You should always remember the good times. But in some situations, we should remember the bad times. We have that 5 of Cups here, being disappointed. Is this somebody who fills your cup? Or is this somebody who's going to fill the moment, who's familiar and who is readily available? I know it's really challenging to date now. I have a number of girlfriends that are dating, and I know it's really challenging. And they're all fabulous women with fabulous lives, and the frogs that they're kissing are really shocking. So let it be known, there are fabulous women out there. So what would be a better future for you? What would be the optimal outcome for you? What's going to get us to your optimal outcome? Say in like 6 months, where you're like so stupid happy, you can't even stand yourself. And I don't think I've ever seen you here before, Johnny. So welcome. Welcome to the club. So, Johnny, now I all I can see like you're on the beach in some orange jackets. I think their orange jackets are red. So this is that 10 of Pentacles is being really happy at home. And I'm getting a very clear impression of you like actually physically working on your home. And it's really cool when we do physical work on our homes. It is the seat of power for us. It is where all of our hopes and dreams come out of. So if your house is in order, your life typically can be in order. So when we start to do work on our house, even if it's just painting or retiling or, hanging new curtains, we're infusing our energy into the house, and we're actually spell casting by housekeeping. I know that sounds, a little far-fetched, but, we can build those barriers with curtains or washing windows or painting the sides of the house. We can do all kinds of protection rituals with that. We can actually infuse paint with our intention and protection around our house. And I'm getting the sense that there's something physical that you have actually been working on in the house. So keep doing that. Your seat of power is really, really important for you. And this is where you learn to consolidate your energy, consolidate your will, and use it for your best intent. This Queen of Wands could be another queen that shows up, could be somebody that gives you a hand with, putting things back together in the house, or, maybe putting some curtains up and, doing the little frippery, fun, silly things, picking out dishes. My girlfriend Deanna and we did that from one of our friends. He had moved down here, and it's a temporary apartment. He's in the process of moving to another state. And I was like, well, we got to decorate. We got to we can't just have you like sleeping in like a bed, like we have to decorate. He doesn't have a wife. And so we went over there and we redecorated. We made things really nice. I still hate his dining room table because he didn't listen to me. He didn't get the one that I told him to. He got an ugly one, but I love Frank. We got him a cool bar. We got him a cool couch and some decorations. So, if there's somebody that you have that may come in to pitch in on that, I think maybe we might see some sparks flying. seeing things from the perspective of being unfettered and uncoupled with someone. There are a lot of benefits to it, and that consolidation of energy is really one of them. It feels like in the past relationships, you've really poured that cup out and you've really given a lot to the other people that are around you. I do feel that you're very, very generous emotionally. You do kind of extend yourself. You also extend yourself with work as well. You know, you do help other people out. Tell me if I'm getting this right, Johnny. But for now, you really should kind of keep to yourself. Like, I don't want to say isolate yourself, but I think not to share Johnny with anybody, to keep your energy resources as oh, you are the best. Look at this. Thank you. Look at this presentation that I got. One of my favorite cups. Look, oh, it's a beautiful cup of tea. We'll put this off to the side. Thank you so much, my darling. So I think that you're going to find that with being unfettered and uncoupled, there's some freedom to that, and you are going to have some fun with it. So I wouldn't jump right back at you. And like, if you get back together with your ex-wife, like that, you don't date for a little while. Like, you're probably going to get right back into a very serious situation because you've already been in a serious situation. It's very easy to pick up where you left off. So I think, you know, taking some time to yourself for a little bit is going to be to your benefit. I think it's a good breather for you. And it's also this replenishment of the energy that you have sent out to other people. So I think that that's really important for you. So I hope that helped. If you would like, you can throw me a contribution. You don't have to, though. So Diana, Diana, Princess of Wales, said she was going to come back in September. Is that true? I came through in a channeling.
Put a window. Jack has put a doorway.
Oh, yeah, 41. Catherine, December 9th, Catherine will be 41. Yeah. Yeah. I know, serendipity. Yeah. I think I think that window has passed for Catherine. I think she's got 3 gorgeous kids and she should kind of leave it at that. Maybe they could adopt. Whoa. Susan, really? 1890. That's something else. That's pretty cool. I'm scrolling through the comments, guys. Yes, I think they're both fragile. Yes. So yeah, oh, and someone else did, Amanda. Someone else channeled Diana. I'm catching up. All right. So, oh, thanks, Amanda. Thanks. The shorts that I'm doing now, I'm doing some daily oracles in the morning, lunchtime, and then at night I do like a tarot card, or I'll start adding Lenormand cards. And let me know what you guys think. I'll do a little bit more instruction there, little mini lessons. Love mini lessons. So looking. Oh, Sunny girl, you're a Christmas baby. Look at that. Ah, what just happened? Camilla's in poor. I think Camilla's in poor health. I think she's been, and there's something about her blood. Let's take a look at her real quick. Let's take a look at her. If you're waiting for a reading, just chill out. That's her head. Knight of Pentacles. Head's doing okay. Throat. Throat is a bit odd. That could be, that doesn't feel like something big. That feels like something very situational. It just feels like she's got like a cold, like her throat's a little sore right now. Let's look at chest. 2 of Cups. Chest is clear. Feels like it's okay. Feels like the lungs are clear, but I want to take a card for the heart. We'll pull one from the middle for the heart. 6 of Swords. I think she's got a resolution for an issue in the heart. Abdomen, stomach. Page of Swords. And that's in reverse, or a Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it looks like there's some stomach stuff that's going on, but I don't know if that is a holistic issue or if that's just kind of a momentary issue. And then we'll look at lower abdomen, reproductive organs, the Lovers. Woo. Okay, that looks good. Now, want to do this. We're going to look at, because I think I know what her issue is, something in the blood. Blood. Bones. Let's look at bones. Bones are a little bit weak. Gonna look at skin. Skin is okay. Nothing terrible. Blood. 2 of Pentacles. That's where it is. So 2 of Pentacles is dividing. So if we have something that is in the blood and we have cells that are dividing incorrectly, what do we have, Gregopedia?
Lymphoma or leukemia?
I'm thinking it's the second one. Alphabetical order, I'm taking the first one, the Luke. I just feel like that I've been feeling that way for a while. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a psychic physician, not a psychic doctor. But not yet. So Gregopedia and I are going to get our PhDs in parapsychology. You can do it online. And Gregopedia is an ordained minister. So we will be the Reverend Doctor and Dr. Miller. And we're going to use it every opportunity we can. We are going to make reservations at restaurants just so we can have them call Reverend Doctor and Dr. Miller. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. Thank you. Is that the ginger lemon?
Yes, that's the one that was what you said.
Oh, thank you. It's delicious. So,
Mispronouncing ginger.
oh, Yvonne's ready for us to come to Scotland anytime, Greg. Scotland! We need an elevator. 11. 11. Yvonne, I don't know if you've ever seen that. There's a comedy sketch with 2 guys and they're in a voice activated elevator in Scotland. And the first thing they get in and the one guy goes, it's a voice activated elevator. It's not going to work. It's nae working in Scotland. And I remember my niece, she couldn't use, they're from way up north, Peterhead, Scotland. And they couldn't use Siri on their phones because of their accents. She's like, Disney. So yeah, we'll work that out. We'll make that happen. We'll make that happen eventually. I need to get Angus back there. I got to take him back to the homeland.
What area?
Huh? What?
What area?
Oh, I can't remember, but I don't want her to out herself online. Oh, Kathleen, God bless you. Can't call people fat, but you can call them enormous. Yeah, the substitutions in the Roald Dahl Yeah, and Camilla spoke out against it. She was like, no, we're not doing this. This is crazy. So you're not allowed to say crazy either. You have to say not of sound mind. So yeah, it really is ridiculous. I mean, I can't. Deborah said half of her relatives in Brooklyn talk like hecklefish. Ah. So I'm scrolling. So let's see if Edward is going to get the Duke of Edinburgh. Let's see. There's a lot of stress about this. I don't think they're going to give it to him. Yeah, I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think they're going to give him something else. I think he's hopeful that he's going to get it. He's biding his time. He's not a jerk. He's not, going to stomp his feet and create a ruckus. But it looks as though the queen did not want that to go to him. She was willing to give him something else instead. And here's the 7 of Cups. They're going to give him very limited choices. This is such a bizarre thing, but it almost feels like this is leftover. This is a leftover thing from the queen when she made this decision at some point. It's very unlike her to kind of leave something hanging out there. Did she intend for this? Was she convicted? Yes, this was a chess move for her. There's a reason for it. What is the reason? He's going to be much happier not being the Duke of Edinburgh. He's going to be happier with something else. Duke of Earl. So what is she going to give him? Huh. His attitude, Edward's attitude is, I'm just going to float. It's like he's a feather on the wind. He's just going to float and see what happens. He's not going to create a ruckus. He's just perfectly at ease, floating along, letting this happen. But for some reason, Queen Elizabeth, this was a much better place. That the plan that she has laid out for him is much better. It's going to make him much happier in the long run. So I don't know what's better than the Duke of Edinburgh. Like, I don't know what titles would, granted titles. Huh? No, not the Marquis de Sade. That's not a title. You can't get that. That's terrible. No. There's nothing left in Tuscany. No, that's a one-time thing. So, yeah, so that's, What does Charles want to do with Edward? Does Charles want to give Edward the Duke of Edinburgh? Is he going to stick? What Mommy said. Oh, he's not going to do it. No. What is going on with that title? This is a weird one. I don't know where this title is going. I don't know who they're giving this to. I mean, Mike Tyndall. I don't know. That was like sort of whoop, like I'm just grabbing that out of the sky. Like, who else is it going to go to? It can't go to Andrew. It can't go to Anne. Can it? Can it go to Anne? Can Anne be the Duchess of Edinburgh? They'd probably love her, wouldn't they? I don't know. I need a fact checker on that. I need a fact checker. So yeah, like they've got something much better planned for Edward. I don't know what's much better than the Duke of Edinburgh. Edinburgh. The Earl of Sandwich. Everyone wants to be an Earl of Sandwich. Oh, Jay, we're there. We're there. We have prom coming up. And it's actually nice because we do the military prom at the school and we get to go. And then everybody has dinner as a family. And then all the parents leave and the kids get to whoop it up for prom time. Prom time. And it's military, so we know they're all watching them. No shenanigans. There's no shenanigans going on. So royals, that the working royals should be on the balcony. I don't think they're going to have that, though. I don't even think Anne, Sophie, and Edward will wind up there. And I think it's William, Kate, Charles, and Camilla. No ladies in waiting. None of that. I think that's really the presentation that they want to do. I don't think they want to go any further than that. I think it's 3 levels, 3 lines. There are 3 levels and a single line of secession. I think that's it. Would I say concessions? Get the popcorn. Harkles need to say they do. They do. So let's do what if with those 2 bozos. So what if what if Harry and Meghan show up? What is going to happen? What is going to happen if they show up? Surprise! We thought we'd stop in.
First beheading.
I don't think he can say that. I think I just spit on my table. You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Oh, yeah. She is going to walk in there completely overdressed, completely over the top, and is going to present this ridiculous front. So, I just don't even care. I'm just going to show up and I'm just going to hold my head high and I'm going to smile and wave like they're not booing at me. That's what I'm going to do because that's what I do. I'm an actress. And they're just going to have to, be nice to me and worship the ground I walk on. And he's going to go in there with this scowl face. Oh, Raven needs some help, Greg. She's trapped in her sweatshirt. I'm not even kidding. She's stuck. She can't get up. Raven's wearing a sweatshirt and it doesn't fit her. Can you help her?
I'm going to.
The sweatshirt was too big. And so we put it on her anyway, because it's going to be snowing. So he's going to come in with that broody face. Look, this is literally his face. Literally his angry face. She's right here, right in front of me. Is she stuck? I can't see her.
Oh my God.
I just saw her collapse. Ooh. Oh, Debbie, look. I have Wi-Fi stickers too. Look at Hecklefish. How cute is he? Why? What happened?
Shrinking.
Oh. Just buy me a new one.
I got it.
It's so hot and it didn't fit. Yeah, my princess. So they're going to put on this united front. Under the surface, they're miserable. This is almost like a, hey, let's just go and do this. And then, the dominant energy here is this is not a goodwill mission. She's not coming to be a nice person. She's coming to be a wretch. Okay. Does Eugenie know the truth of the Harkles and their crazy kids? Does Eugenie know the truth? Does she know the truth? Yeah, that was odd that they borrowed her baby. Does Eugenie know the truth? Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Hangman, Justice, Five of Swords. Oh dear. So she's willing to keep the secret because they're family. We've got 4 wands here under the surface. She's willing to swallow this and keep the secret. I think I answered the question without answering it in a yes and no. She'll keep that secret. Page of Pentacles over here. Yeah, I think she knows. The Nine of Swords in reverse. She was bothered by this at one point, but I think she's been pitched with this Hangman in reverse. She's been pitched the sob story of, see how hard it is. Like she's like getting text messages with screenshots. See what they're saying. See what they're doing. See what they're doing to us. This is terrible. Like, this is just awful. Like, she's almost been, I don't want to say brainwashed into it, but she's just been really had a lot of information foisted upon her. Foisted? Is that right, Greg?
Yes.
Foisted on her. So the Justice is in reverse. She doesn't, she knows that she was not on the right side of this. She knows, like, in terms of, the general morality, she knows she wasn't on the right side of this. So, she feels badly about it. Five of Swords, she's not going to be a secret keeper anymore in the future. So we don't have to worry about that. She's got some level of loyalty for what she knows, but she doesn't want to be involved anymore in the future. She's got too much on her plate. And here, the Five of Wands, she's keeping herself busy. She is telling them, oh, I would love to get together, but I just have so much. I think she has another baby on the way. And, we're just so busy. Oh, sorry. So busy. Let me drink my delicious tea.
Another baby on the way. You know what that's like.
But bum. I don't know if they can hear you. We got to mic you, Greg. You got good zingers. He goes, I have another baby on the way. You know what that's like. Oh. Oh, evil laughter. So, Pooja. Hi, Pooja. Welcome. Yes, add yourself to the list. Sunny Girl cannot tolerate a hiney twit of any age. I think it was tiny twit. Whiny twit. Hiney twit works too, though. He's a little bit of a hiney. The Austin Powers accent. That's actually our dog Bruno that passed away. That's his voice. Like, I had asked Greg. I don't know. I'm sorry if I told this story before, but it's funny. Bruno is such a handsome boy. I had asked Greg what he thought Bruno's inner monologue was, and he goes, I don't know. I don't think he really has one. I don't think he has like an inner voice. And I was like, okay. I said, all my dogs do, like all my dogs always, I would talk to them in their own inner monologue. And he calls me up one day and he goes, I got it. Or I woke up. I think he woke me up. He said, I know Bruno's inner monologue. I said, oh, what is it? And he had a dream that he was at a restaurant with Bruno, and Bruno was talking, and he was afraid he was going to get in trouble because Greg tried to bring him into the restaurant. And so Greg was like, all right, we got to go. And Bruno turned to him and said, you don't think they're going to turn me into laundry detergent, do you? And so Greg said that was Bruno's inner monologue. I'm just finding you guys a picture of that handsome boy. I don't have one in the top of I don't have him on screensaver like Greg does. He was such a handsome boy. Those are all cats. All of our pets are dark except for Pusheen. Pusheen's our only white pet. Oh, there he is. That's all Bruno. He was a good boy. He's a wonderful dog. It's very handsome. He was some kind of pit bull mix, but he was very finely built. He's very, very quick. So, very fast dog. The trauma tour. Yeah, I think that's the H's next thing. I think we're going to have the trauma tour. I think I think this is part of the rebrand. They're trying to establish them as people who have come through trauma. So now they're experts because they've come through it. I don't know if they're completely healed from it, but I don't know. So the guy interviewing him, yeah, he is very interesting. And it's curious that he is doing this with him. So let's do a read on him. Why is he doing this? I'm going to change decks. We'll change decks. Little selenite. See why that doctor is doing this crazy mixed up show with Harry. Why is he doing it? Okay. I think this dude is in earnest. But I think he's going to get screwed. Sorry. So this guy is under the impression that this trauma that the individual, we'll call him the individual, the trauma that the individual has experienced has never been dealt with appropriately. And he wants to get in there. He wants to tweeze it out. He wants to make sure that he fixes this person and sends him off into the universe as a whole and complete dude. There's a professional, I don't want to say curiosity, a professional interest that he has here. This is going to be, it should be another success story for him. Will it be? I don't think so. Because I think he is going to present, these are the ways that we can fix something like this, or these are the ways that we can mitigate trauma, emotional damage that's been done. These are the ways that we can do it. Then we get to the hard stop. Well, I'm not doing. The Three of Swords, while it is a very difficult card in the tarot, can be about coming through your trauma and correcting the trauma and making things better. He is going to be told, this doctor is going to be told, there are certain things that I can't do because I am a royal. There are certain things that I won't do because I am a royal and I have an expectation of living. That is where we're going to get into this situation. This guy is going to say a man is a man at some point during this relationship. I'm not saying it's going to happen on the podcast on Saturday. But at some point, the doctor is going to say, a man is a man and you have to face your trauma as any other man would, and not hide behind the pomp and the frippery and the $18 million home or $30 million home or whatever they allegedly paid for it. T. So there's going to be a hard stop in this relationship. And I don't think that this doctor is going to let us know about it, but I think he is going to say this is someone who's unfixable because they are not releasing themselves from their own binds. He is looking at the situation professionally, the Seven of Pentacles here, professionally as something that needs to be corrected for this person to move forward and have a successful life. And he's willing to put the work in, and he's willing to commit to him long term to help him heal. But unfortunately, the other individual does not want to do that. Oh, it looks like that Cocaina Barbie.
If he doesn't untie himself, he'll float.
Dr. Leo Marvin.
Therapy, I get it now.
So there we go. So we read about him. Hi, Makia. You can get a reading. Let's do this. Let's do some Cosmo Tarot. See what the cosmos says. Oh, nothing but a good time. All right, so listen, you have to make sure that you're not having too much of a good time, because there are other things in your immediate community. And when I say community, I mean family, your work community. This is like you're almost having too much fun on the outside and not focusing on the work that needs to be done. And like your partners at work, like your lab partner is just kind of sitting there and doesn't have anybody to work with. So make sure that you pay attention to that. I know you're going to get a little snappy with them. We have that Queen of Swords in reverse, little snappy with them, and you really don't want to do the work, but sometimes we got to dial it back. Listen, I had a great time in my 20s. I had a fabulous time in my 20s, actually. But sometimes you got to get to work. Sometimes you got to come back down to earth. The Five of Wands, I know it's boring, but sometimes you got to do it. So I hope that resonated with you. Makia, Kelly, cool name, by the way. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Serendipity. I have a yes and no coin too. We have a Donald Trump statuette that he's meditating. He looks like the Buddha, and I have my yes and no coin in his hands. It's pretty funny. What's that? Does it really? Does she not like that? Well, I know she doesn't like him, but
she hates that.
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
So, all right. Oh, okay. Adriana, did any of what I said make sense? Does it make sense? I don't know. I don't know if my investment stuff made sense. So, Jay Marcus with the good questions. Let's see what's going on there. Get my fun Cyril Marchetti deck. I know this deck is a little bit hard to read on the camera, but it's real pretty. It's really pretty. There's limited naked people in it. So, Deborah, lizard people. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. It's probably copyrighted. I can't say lizard people I can't even think about it. Lizard people.
careful, the Illuminati will come and get you.
You're not allowed to say that. I don't know if we can say Illuminati.
Why? It doesn't exist. It's not real.
I don't know. Has Prince Andrew been kicked out of the palace? Let's see. Has he been kicked out of the palace? Well, that was originally upside down, but then it flipped around. So I'm going to say that's a no. I think he's safe and sound in the palace.
You die.
He's not dying at the palace. The lovers, there's a partnership there. Something was cut off.
No.
It's the work that was cut off. He is not being allowed to do the work. He wants to get back to work. He wants to be a royal again. He wants to be on the balcony. He wants to do all the things, but they do not want him to. They are giving him a pittance in return for this. He is getting a little bit of money to be quiet. But he's got that whole rock star mentality. Under the surface, they're trying to chain him up. They just want him to sit tight. So how does Andrew feel about this? Hated it. He's got a lot of negative things to talk about. So word on the street is that he may be writing a book. Word on the street is that he is going to be the next to tell all. Let's see. Is he going to tell all? Is he going to talk about it? Does he want to talk about it with Oprah? He could talk about it. Maybe talk to Better Up. Get the app. Get the app. Buckingham Palace HR. Maybe they all signed up for Better Up. Apparently, Butter Up is falling apart. So, is he going to write a book? His head, oh, good Lord, yes. His heart. In his heart, he's doesn't care. His life has changed anyway. And under the surface, 4 of Cups, he's not really thinking about it. He's not thinking about what the repercussions are. You know, I'm just going to clean these up and we'll pull some more. Does he think that he's an untouchable in the royal family? Does he think he's untouchable? He thinks he is like above untouchable. Does he think he outranks Harry? Now he does. Now he does. He thinks he outranks Harry. Does he think he can get away with more than Harry has gotten away with? Yes. Yes, he does. Because he thinks that his book is going to be better. What is his book going to be about? Let's shuffle again. Oh, I can't buy another book. Where is Tom Bauer? His book will be about how he was never allowed to speak about what happened, about the awful things that had happened. And he's so good at what he does, but now he's being held back from living his true life. And he's not even allowed to do anything. He's just being held in one place under their thumb. Under their thumb. That's what they're doing. Poor Andy. So that's what he thinks. The story is about how he's being prevented from doing any good or bad. You know, will there be some of the Guffrey story jump out? No, I think he's tied up on that. I don't think he's allowed to talk about that. He can't talk about Fight Club. All right. If Andrew writes this book, if he writes this stupid, stupid revelation. How is it going to be received by the public? How is it going to be received? They're going to see him as very immature, very underdeveloped. It's gonna look like a money grab. It's gonna look like a money grab, and it's gonna throw his brother under the bus. He's gonna have some not so great things to say about Charles. There's gonna be like he got more sausages than me.
Just look at his fingers.
Oh, ba-ching chung. Ba-ding. I can't do a rim shot. How do you? Ba-doom. That's it. Ba-doom. So, he's going to be back in the same situation. So, it's not going to, not for the betterment, but I think that he may be better taken care of with an actual manuscript that he waves under their nose. So I think that may happen. How will his reputation fare after this? Do we get a glow up or do we get a blow up? 8 of Cups, the Lovers, 3 of Pentacles. I think people are more generous with him because he hasn't said anything so far. He hasn't been very vocal. I mean, he did the one stupid interview that went very poorly, where he claimed that he could not sweat because of the Falkland Islands. So I think it is in his best interest to kind of keep that, even though he feels like he needs to tell his truth. So let's do this. What is the optimal behavior for Andy right now? Oh, we've already been on 2 hours. Look at this. Optimal behavior for him for restoration of his reputation. Optimal behavior. What does he need to do? Are you warm?
It's hot in rhinos.
You having trouble? Are you stuck like Raven? Ooh, shirtless.
That's him getting out of the rhino. Mommy, look.
He needs to be very, very low key, and he needs to watch his mouth. All right. Needs to not go out there like gangbusters. Nobody wants Prince Andrew in their face. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants him just to kind of simmer down and keep calm and carry on. We'll talk to you later. Let's deal with the American crisis first. So for him, he needs to very quietly behind the scenes continue his work and to lend a hand, really lend a hand to those who need it, that are front client facing royals, and just to be sweet and keep it close to the family. Don't talk bad. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Heart of the matter. He needs to not work with anybody who's whispering in his ear right now. And he needs to lay down his sword and stop with these bruised feelings. You know, he's kind of a whispery bitch. You know, he's just like dissatisfied with everything that's going on. So if he wants to survive the crisis of the last couple of years, he needs to just stand down and not cause a ruckus. It's my understanding that he gets to stay at the Royal Lodge for like $1,000 a month. It's like a 30-bedroom house, $1,000 a month. I'm sure that's the going rate in England right now. If you're familiar with rentals on 30 bedroom houses in Great Britain, let me know. $1,000 seems to be about right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, darlings. Keto gummies. No, I'm not getting hit up about keto gummies, but now that I said it, I probably will. Thank you, Adriana. Jay Marcus, you're getting I'm getting bombarded with high school classmates that are MLM marketing, which like I can't get too mad because like I do use social media for my business, but I don't slip into their DMs and I'm like, hey, you could use these skinny drops, like I'm not doing that. Let me read your tarot cards, you'll get skinnier. So let's see. Yes, Deborah, stink bugs, they're terrible. And I actually, we have an exterminator that comes once a month because we live in the country, and they spray around the property for all sorts of stuff like crazy critters and termites. We have the termite canisters all around our house, which is pretty cool. They dig these canisters down, then they come and check them, and like there's, I guess, some kind of bait in there. So if we ever get termites, they'll go into those canisters first, and then they can kind of kill them at the source. But I said that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yeah, the stink bugs are crazy. Actually, when Angus was little, he has like serious trauma from a stink bug. He had a bunk bed, and he was little. He was like 8, and he came downstairs crying to me, and he was like, "A flying spider's in my room," and I go, "Flying spider?" So I go up to his room with him crying. What? No. So I go up there, I turn the light on, and I saw the stink bug was on the light. And I go, "Oh, Angus, it's just a stink bug. No big deal. Come on, come in. Mommy will get rid of it." And so we walk into the room, and the stink bug took off and flew down and flew right up his face. Same thing it did when he was in bed. And he was like, "Ah!" Poor kid was not right. And he's still not right. He doesn't like him. I shouldn't be laughing. He's not feeling well tonight. So, hi, Saini. Thanks for subscribing. Madhumita. Okay. Madhumita. So let me see. Last question. I guess I don't know if I missed your other question. Is your relationship over with Karan? I'm gonna get a different deck. Super clean deck.
It was snowing.
Is it? Is it snowing now? Yes?
Yes, that's what I'm reporting you. I'm now casting.
You're now casting? Is it a lot of snow or just flurries?
Well, I don't know. Totality of it, yes, it's a lot of snow. I probably couldn't hold it in one hand, but it's snowing.
Look pretty.
Huh?
Does it look pretty?
Yeah, it's kind of like a wet, soggy snow.
Madhumita, let's see if your relationship is over with Karan. Oh, my darling. So it looks like things are running its course. And this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. We'll pull a couple other cards. Sometimes we have these exchanges, these relationship exchanges with people to learn something. And so sometimes we learn the lesson and we kind of go on, or sometimes we don't learn the lesson and we move on. This looks like we were at a stalemate with whatever the lesson was to learn from the relationship. And it's almost like all of the resources were depleted. It was like the both of you exhausted. I don't want to say exhausted each other, but kind of exhausted all of the critical thinking and the moving through of the relationship. We hit a couple of impasses in the relationship where if we look at it, it's not like an intersection on a highway, but it's more like an intersection where there's a river, and there's a large river, and it breaks off into several different little riverlets and little tributaries that come off it. And it was like you kind of got stuck in one little tributary, and he or she got stuck on the other tributary. You just kind of went to different paths and drifted apart. Now that's okay, because when we have situations like this, what we should do is we should empty our cup, and we should honor the good things that we experienced with that person, and we should move on to the next thing. You're having a little bit of trouble moving on from this, so we're going to pull some more cards for you. And I know the feelings hurt, I know they do. The 8 of Cups is, and this is good. Okay, you're going to take some time to heal first, and that 4 of Wands. Okay, so the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about moving forward into the future, not knowing what's on the other side of it. Okay. So the 8 of Cups is all about our challenges. Like, we may experience some challenges moving forward. We may see some, we may kiss a bunch of frogs. You may kiss a bunch of frogs. There may be a bunch of frogs there, but you may learn something from some of those frogs. So, it's a valuable time out there when you're doing the shopping. So, it's not a bad thing. When we have these interhuman relationships, these energetic relationships, we do take away some of that energy with us. We do kind of accumulate some of that energy into our system. So that is a good thing. You can kind of pick and choose, what good things you take. It's like when you go, over a friend's house, if you guys are getting dressed to go out, and you like kind of borrow stuff out of the closet, it's that kind of thinking. But you should take some time to rest and recover. And then when you're done with that, go, you're going to go home, you're going to, kind of hole up for a little bit, rest and recover for a little bit, and then get out of the house. Okay. Nobody ever met Prince or Princess Charming by sitting in the house. Okay. I know you can swipe on the apps and all that. I never did that stuff, but you don't want to just sit at home. Okay. You have to get out in the fresh air. There's something about you getting out in the daylight and getting air. There's something about you needing to get air. You need to go outside. You need to take deep breaths. You need to be out in the light. The light is purifying. The light's going to heal that broken heart a little bit. So as much as I want to say, sure, the relationship's not over. It looks like kind of, you both kind of exhausted. It's not just a one-sided thing. You're both kind of exhausted on this. So let's just see. Let's see if we see new things for spring. Let's see. New things for spring. New things for spring. By the way, everybody, I got over 1,500 subs now. So that was an exciting benchmark. Over 1,500. Yay. New things for spring. That 2 of Cups is breakup and happy future coming. King of Wands, 7 of Wands. So don't let your endeavors and your work things fall. Like don't fall into that hole where you get sad and you kind of stop doing the things that you need to. Make sure that you keep a calendar, you keep a schedule, you keep yourself on track. 7 of Wands. This is all about getting back into the balance of, regular life, relationship life, friendship life, social things, work things. You're going to have to get back into that. So you can hole up and lick your wounds for a little bit, but then you got to get up and you got to put everything back together before a couple of things fall off the plate. So, in the spring, this star card is what you need to remember. This is all about the future is bright and your future is great. The future is what we make it. It is what we make it. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. I was hoping it would be a bit more in line with what your question was. Like, I don't like to tell people they're breaking up, you know. So, but who knows? Maybe you guys will dig deep, find some resources, and maybe get back on the same page. Never know. When we go down those little river channels, you never know where you're going to wind up. I mean, my husband Greg and my mom and his mom were best friends. We both had full adult lives, and then circled back and wound up getting married. So figure that out. It's 30 years after the last time I saw him. So you never know. You never know where you're going to wind up. So thanks so much for being a new subscriber. I hope you like hanging out here. So hi, Jen. Hi, Jen. So actually, Jen, I'm going to switch this up. I'm just going to let that get a little warmed up. I only grabbed part of the deck. I got to grab the whole deck, all 78 cards, right? So Jen Kennedy. You're not one of those Kennedys, are you? I'm a big fan. Big fan. I have all the books on the Kennedys. My favorite Kennedy book is The Other Mrs. Kennedy. It is about Ethel Kennedy. A lot of information in there. So Jen Kennedy. As I know it's a popular name. I know you're probably not one of those Kennedys. So love reading for Jen. Let's see. Love reading for Jen. Two of Wands. Page of Swords. All right. This is definitely a get out of the apps kind of thing. So if you do the apps thing, you know, it's so hard to kind of get the gist of what's going on. Woo! Did you see that card jump out? That card jumped out. We're going to hold on to him. We're going to put him down here. Put him down. Like right there. So the Two of Wands is really about getting out and about, and that, you know, that spark of meeting. You're going to meet somebody in an event type situation, like, you know, I don't want to say like axe throwing or like a dart competition, but you know, it's something that you guys will be doing, something like physically, like you'll be like archery competition. I don't know, you know, fencing competition. Like there's something where you guys will actually be doing something with your hands, and that's where you're going to meet this guy. The internet outlets, these apps and these things that people get involved in, for you, it's not a good fit because you're never going to get the sense of the person, and you need to have that energetic field. You need to have that that in-person vibe to kind of pick up on whether the person is a decent person or not so decent person. You really need that kind of physical feed going on the apps. And like people ask me this all the time, because like when I teach, like a lot of my students are reluctant to get on to you know, a media like Zoom or FaceTime or anything like that. They don't want to do their readings that way because they're like, oh, I can't really tune into the person. But the reality is that, you know, you can kind of transcend that, but it takes a little bit of effort, and even then, like sometimes you don't get the whole picture. I like doing readings online. Like I never had a problem with them, you know, doing them over the phone or doing them online. That was never an issue for me. It's the same as if I did them in front of them. You know, and people are like, oh, can I handle your cards? You know, like I don't have any weird rules like that, you know, just don't handle them with dirty hands. How about that? But you know, for you, you really need to have that face to face where you can actually meet with the person and kind of smell that vibe coming at you. You really need to do that. And it's this very old school approach where you want to organically meet somebody. And that was before I started dating Greg. I talked to two of my guy friends and they had me write a list, and I wanted them to introduce me to somebody, and they were like, "You're never dating anybody again. This list's impossible." But Greg hit everything except for I think one thing on it. So having more, and I know it's not your nature to like go out and like, meet people. I'm not saying like go out to bars and like hang out in bars. Cause like, is that a thing? I don't know. Is that a thing after you're, 25? I don't know. I don't know if people actually do that anymore. I don't know what anybody does. I never leave my house, but I know getting there is going to be difficult for you, but the reality is this is how you get to know people. This is how you understand them, and you get that intuitive input. You're going to get it so much better if you're face to face with them. I don't know what you do for a living, but whatever skills you have from what you do for a living, if you're like a people management kind of person, that's going to serve you very, very well in the dating situation, because that's actually going to protect you from these weirdos that are out there. I hate to say it, but there are some weirdos out there. I mean, not weirdos like us, like we're good kind of weirdos, but there are some people out there that are just really broken and damaged, and they're just really a train wreck, and you just don't want to have that in your immediate focus. So above all, this is like a protection kind of thing. You do have to be careful about who you involve in your life, and I think this kind of a strategy versus the internet thing and the swiping, I think having a personal reference or meeting somebody in an organic old-fashioned way is going to be much, much better for you. You'll get a much better sense of the person, and be able to discern whether you want that person in your life on the reg. So Jay Marcus, that's a genius idea, and I actually have a really nice one that Shelly gave me. Good call. Yeah, I should be doing that. What do I know? I was in the shower like a half hour before this show. I had to get myself cleaned up. Hi, Facebook user. Can I please have a reading? XX. Yes. So I hope this is you. You've lost your direction. Let's see if we can get you some GPS direction here. We'll go to our stick figure cards. Let's see. Lost direction. What is going to help our Facebook user out here? Best practices for getting back on track. Okay, so we're going to start at the bottom here. It's a fun little deck. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's a fun little deck. So down here, this is your under the surface. This is the shadow self, the me you can't see, not to quote Harry, but this is really what's underneath it all. And this is the mentally you're kind of tied down. You're kind of tying yourself down. So we're going to ask why. Why is that happening? Because you're overwhelmed. Streamline, streamline, streamline. You have too many things that are pulling you down. So it's almost like you fell off the Titanic and you have your suitcase and your puppy and your baby and your glass of champagne and your violin on your back. You're trying to save too many things. You're trying to manage too many things. So streamlining and lightening your load is going to make this a lot easier. Also, getting the right people in play here. That's going to be the right thing to do. You need to be a little bit more discerning about the people that are around you and the resources that you have. And this can even, it doesn't mean, eliminate people from your life, but this means take a look and see if there's someone there that you can ask for help. If you need help with something and you can outsource within your friend group or within your family group, you can absolutely do that. You may need to do that. Sometimes we need to do that. The Nine of Pentacles here, you have to let down some of the guards, and you also have to start doing for yourself. Our Nine of Pentacles, this is our kept woman. She's there. She gives up freedom for luxury and for being taken care of. So in some senses, this says you do need to take a little bit more initiative and agency over your life and over your decisions. So you may be letting too many people make those decisions for you and drive you into another direction that maybe is not optimal for you. Then we get into judgment. And is this because you doubt your judgment? If that's the case, then, the best way we can kind of sharpen our judgment is by making mistakes. Make some smaller mistakes and kind of figure that out from there. That I totally understand that, making some wrong turns in your life can be very disheartening. You feel as though you don't have the skills and you don't have the team resources and the education to be successful. But guess what? This is our Six of Wands. You actually do. You actually do have all the resources, and you do have the education. You do have the smarts. You are smart enough to move forward and do what you want to do. So I'm going to ask, what is it you want to do? Where do you want to go? And I'll tell you, Facebook user, I don't know who you are because I don't have your name up there, but I never thought 2 years ago that I would have a YouTube channel and I'd be doing readings online for people all over the world. I have clients in Australia and Great Britain, Scotland, New Zealand, Philippines. I have clients all over the world now. I never thought that I would do that. Now I just kind of stepped in with the right people. Alicia Wicker, she's another tarot reader on YouTube. She very much encouraged me to start my own channel and to do this on my own. We sometimes have these amazing angels that step into our life and kind of take us by the hand and go, this is kind of what you need to do, and the universe does that. The universe kind of puts us in place. So the things that you need to hear tonight is that, you are capable and you can do this. And the reason that you can't is just the reason in your head. I went to university and I did a whole bunch of study and I kicked ass and I did what I had to do. And both of my jobs right now, my day job and this job, do not require a university degree. So are university degrees valuable? Is training valuable for certain things? I wouldn't want a surgeon performing surgery on me if he didn't know his thing. But there are other things that you can do that you don't necessarily need to have this super hyper intense education. So I hope that helped you, Facebook user, and I hope that I will see you back here and you'll have a name, because I think there's a lot of potential in you and you're just not seeing it just yet. So maybe tonight when you go to sleep, program yourself to have a dream that you go and meet yourself as somebody else and see how amazing you are. Okay. So I hope to see you back, honey. So K-pop will bring you tea, J Marcus. Still no K-pop. He is a good egg. He is a good egg. So yeah, he's Serendipity, your husband. He is sweet. I hope he's having a good time with his new phone. Gregopedia is not a Pisces, he is a Capricorn. So he's all about business. Completely different from this Cancer. So but you know what? J Marcus, sometimes the chaos in your house can actually be a good thing, you know, as like your housekeeping spellcast thing. Sometimes it can be a good thing. Oh, what happened? Okay. The whole feed went black. Tom Ball. Oh, America's Got Talent. Sorry, guys. Yawning. Oh, serendipity. You think lung and Parkinson's. My ears ringing. Yvonne, how will the month of March go for you? Let me take a look. Use these. Actually, no, we're going to use these. Month of March for Yvonne. Month of March. What's going on in that sitting room? I feel like you haven't left the sitting room. You've been kind of locked in there. Feels like you've just been stuck there. 8 of Cups. Trying to break out of that living room. So, all right. So the month of March, I think, is going to be kind of a reset for you. It looks like you're resetting some boundaries. It looks like we're going to be kind of chill, not moving forward. It's almost like you're in the living room rebuilding the fence around the house, like the psychic fence around the house. But it's not like you're not looking outward. You're also looking outward, but you're making sure that your immediate area is very, very well protected. The 3 of Wands, no new projects are coming in. Like these are you're not actually building a fence. These are like psychic fences that you're putting up. Who's this King of Pentacles that you don't feel like being mommy anymore for this King of Pentacles? You're just kind of drawing a line there and resetting the game plan here. So digging your heels in, settling up at home, a little lack of generosity with this King of Pentacles, who's kind of a stick in the mud. He's so immobile. He's not moving. He's just not going anywhere. The High Priestess here is very, very terrestrial thinking. This is, we're getting locked into the idea of being human and not looking at the greater picture of being these energetic souls trapped in the meat puppet, so a little bit of conflict there. But, I can't blame you. I can't blame you for, kind of pulling the I'm going to do me kind of thing with this guy. I can't blame you because he's a stick in the mud and he's holding you back from that true happiness. He's really just kind of holding you back. He's got you waiting. This 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. We're just waiting and like perennially disappointed. He always kind of falls short of what he's supposed to do. He's still present. He's still around, but it's like always falling short. It's like if you asked him to pick you up a sandwich, he'd come back with half a sandwich and say, I got hungry on the way here, so I ate it. Yeah, I wanted a whole sandwich, not a half a sandwich. So I think the month of March is really going to be about shifting all of that attention back to yourself and taking care of yourself and making yourself first and not moving forward with this situation as kind of a unified force. Like this is all about, kind of collecting that energy back toward yourself, which I think is a good idea. He's not very mobile. He's just not, he's just kind of sitting there like a bump on a log. I hate to say bump on a log, but he's like a bump on a log. So I hope that helped. Oh, you do. You've seen that. Those two guys are hilarious. Scotland. So all right, I'm looking through the comments. So Leanne, there's only one person watching on Facebook, I think. I think that's, you get to see the Facebook numbers. But Sunny Girl to Charlotte. You only see the Facebook numbers, but there's more people. So here, let's see. Is Charlotte going to be the Duchess of Edinburgh? She's a child. Ooh. Charlotte getting it? Oh, I'm throwing cards all over the place. I can't even believe it. Sloppy shuffle. Deborah, I'm not doing it because I don't want to scare your dog. Oh, that would kill Harry, wouldn't it? Charlotte. Yes! Charlotte's getting it. What? She's going to be the Duchess of Edinburgh. Yeah. Wow. People aren't going to like this because she's so young, but she's going to grow into the role. So I think this was, how's it going to go? It's going to go well with Frank Zappa. She's going to do some interesting things. She's going to have a mouthpiece for a while. I don't know if her dad is going to be her mouthpiece. This emperor is very curious. I wonder if she's going to have like a proxy for a while. I know like you wouldn't have a proxy for your title, but for your appointment, but it looks like she's going to have some kind of a proxy in there. Maybe Mike Tyndall. I don't know. Mike Tyndall would be cool. I'm just saying. I love that Mike Tyndall. I think it's adorable. So that is interesting. What are we going on? We're going on almost 3 hours. Look at me. Marathon tarot reading. I may wrap it up shortly. I'm just going to see if anybody else. So, all right, let's see. I'll look that. I'm your Huckleberry. I'll look that up. You know what? We need the Ellen Cannon read on this. Sorry, I got really close to the mic. So, is that one actually really, truly with child? Actually, really, and truly? We're looking for yes cards. We're looking for Empress. No, I'm saying no. I'm saying she's not. Are we going to hear a story about that? Yep, we're going to hear how happy they are that things are happening. Are they going to say that the ice cube melted during the coronation? Yes, we're looking for a handout. We're looking to reestablish how sad we are and create more of a bond in our marriage. This has made us stronger. Oh, God. How's that going to be received by the rest of the world? What's the rest of the world going to think about this? It's just going to be a repeat of the same old gaslighting, self-preservation, trying to get money, not high-minded, really terrible thinking, and not true. No truth there at all. And a desperation move to further disrupt the royal family. That 10 of Cups in reverse, really trying to disrupt the royal family. And the intent there is just really, if we're not happy and rolling in dough, no one else should be. So, hi, Rainbow Rose. I didn't even know you got here. Oh, thank you, Donna. You're welcome. Oh, Donna, thank you, sweetie pie. That's great. Thank you. Oh, you're the best. And here's another troll. Bad vibes, leave, send me your friend request. I feel your entity. I'm sorry I make fun of them. I could never imagine like going on somebody's live and be like, hey, hit me up for a reading. Like, what is that? Like, I go on Tarot Oracle all the time, and like I didn't even want to comment because like I don't want people to see I have a channel. And then I asked him for a reading one time, and he was like, Fortune Cookies Tarot, I'll give you a follow. You have a channel. It was very cool. It was very cool. So is foreign currency going to go to one world currency? Good question. I like the way you think, Sandra. See, I'm not going anywhere. I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out tonight. I may wrap it up soon. I'm getting kind of tired. This foreign currency is all of our currency. We're going to have like the Earth dollar. We're going to have an Earth dollar. I'm sure we wouldn't even be able to agree on that. No, it should be a rupee. No, it should be a yen. No, it should be an Earth buck. Try as they may, they can't make fetch happen. So this is, Sandra, I don't know if you're in the United States, but I'm here in the United States, and everybody always talks about universal healthcare, and I've always said that, we need to do that on a state level. We need to have, it's just my opinion. This isn't a tarot reading, but we need to have healthcare on a state level because the United States is too big to manage. It's just too big to manage. I'm a student of Russian history. Russia was too big to manage. It probably remains too big to manage, but you cannot manage really, really large amounts of people like that. It's very difficult. The opportunity for corruption is rife in a larger community. So with this universal, let's call it the Earthling buck, the Earth buck. I'm gonna call it an Earth buck. Even though my buddy Garrison said he was going to develop the Garrison, so he was going to make his own currency. It's just too big to get off the ground. We just can't get everybody on the same page. And the force issue of saying, well, hey, we'll kind of raise everything and raise the house like to the ground, trying to make that happen. It's just not, we can't pull ourselves out of the ashes if we do that. It's a really foolish idea. So I think that, they realize that, leveling the entire economy worldwide and kind of rising from the ashes, having the Phoenix buck, let's call it the Phoenix buck. The Phoenix buck, the Earth buck is just not a thing. It's a good idea. Like, they have a plan. It's an idea, but it's just not going to get off the ground. This is like the Wright brothers plane when it was like kind of flapping down the spruce goose. It's just not going to get off the ground anytime soon. So, I mean, maybe in the future, but not now. No, the now. So, yeah, exactly. 100%, Sonny. Time is tough with tarot, but there's all kinds of ways that you can look at timing in tarot. It gets a little bit easier. You have to get really, really deep. I'm gonna do a little. I'm actually probably gonna put together like a 3-part class teaching timing, and then I'll do a little bit more on the channel so people kind of understand it a little bit more. I don't really bust out because I still have to kind of look it up in the book. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. So, Simone, yes, you may have a reading. Yes. And Leo, I see your question there. You can ask a question. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. I'll keep scrolling. Maybe I'll get to you. Simone. Balance is key to get started. But sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. That is the key for you in this. So, trying to figure out how you're going to get from A to B is one thing. The idea is there, the planning is there, the equipment is there, the will, the drive, the support, everything is there. But sometimes we have to go backward and reestablish the fundamentals before we can go forward. So there's something that you need to re-examine in the past and look very carefully at your plan and how it affects everyone. So if you were planning on moving to, I don't know, Fiji, say you wanted to move to Fiji, but you're just going to pack up the house and the cats and the dogs and the kids and the spouse and everybody's going to get going. You would have to take a pause and find out if the dog and the cat really wanted to go and if they could go, if you actually could import them into the country. So there's something, there's something missing in the plan in terms of how it will affect other people. And that is your missing element here that's going to stop you from progressing and moving forward into a different future. Let's say a different future, because it's not necessarily a better future. This feels like a very shifty kind of thing, not shifty in a bad way, like a shady thing, but a shift from like one kind of living to another. Maybe it's one kind of job to another job. So I think, stop, think backward, reverse engineer the plan, and just see how it affects everybody. So that's what I want you to take a look at. So, Leo, I do see you. Type your comment down below. You can ask a question. Don't be shy. Adame. Let's do this, Adame. I will tell you a story. Let's see. We'll do a little storytelling. So, what's the block here? What is the block here? So, Adame, we have to find joy. Okay. So you lost your joy. Okay, you dropped it someplace. We need to find it. All right. Um, Under here, the 9 of Cups, you just kind of have poured out all of your cups. So I know when we do art, when we do storytelling or writing or anything like that, a lot of our spirit goes into that and a lot of our energy. And energy can't be created or destroyed, but a lot of our energy will be spent in that. You need to replenish that energy, my darling. You need to get that back. So, all work and no play makes Adame a dull gal. So, you need to find that again. So, always think of your energy and your creativity as your bank book, as your checkbook. I don't know if you're old enough to have like balanced a checkbook, but I know I don't even balance my checkbook anymore. But at one time I did balance my checkbook. There and sat there in the little thing, and I would do my balances. But you need to look at your energy and your creativity as like a psychic checkbook, and that sometimes we need to pour back into that. So if your storytelling is not doing very well, read stories. You need to feed the beast. You need to feed the beast. And that doesn't mean, steal from others or, plagiarize or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But you need to find that pleasure again. Sorry, I'm like losing my shirt here. You need to find that pleasure again and bring that back in. You need to get that energy flow into you. Same thing with art. So whatever your medium is, if your medium is painting, if it's drawing, you can go to a different medium. I am getting the sense that you need to get your hands into something. You need to get your hands into some clay or paper mache, or you need to do a physical kind of creativity. It's so funny. We went past a construction site the other day, and there's a big mound of dirt. And I told my husband, I would totally turn that into Devil's Tower, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. He was like, get out of my head. But that kind of a physical artwork where he had the mashed potatoes and he was like creating the Devil's Tower out of the mashed potatoes, and then he brought all the mud in the house, and Terry Garr lost her mind. That you need to get a little bit more physical with it. And I know that doesn't sound like the easiest thing in the world, but grab yourself can of Play-Doh and start making something and see what happens. I think you will feel very differently. There's a grounding effect that we have when we work with clay, or when we work with a medium like that we have to squish and hold and press with our hands. And we put so much energy into that just by touching it and by squeezing it and making it do what we want to, really creating something out of it. And that's not to impugn other mediums. I can't draw to save my life. I can sculpt a little bit, like, I'm not like an artist, but I could make like a cool little dog out of Play-Doh if I had to. I couldn't draw a better than a stick figure to save my life if I had to. So, but I think really this is about you expending too much of your creativity and your energy and not pulling any more of it back in. Once you do that, once you start to pull some of that energy back in, by example, the clouds will start to lift. You're going to start to see that. Now, I know, there we go. There's our clouds lifting. I know, when we can't work as creatives, it's really kind of a bummer because we're our own bosses and we run our own business. So, if we're not working, we're not doing well. So, I would say do a crash course and go back to like some of the your old standards. Like I was I'm a writer as well. I'm a fiction writer, and I'm a huge Stephen King fan. I don't necessarily love his politics. He's very outspoken about a lot of things, but I love his older work. And his new book, Fairy Tale, was quite good. I do have to say that. So, but when I get stuck, sometimes I will go back to the old school Stephen King, Carrie, Cujo. Cujo's a rough read, but The Shining, The Shining is still one of the best books ever written. It's really spooky. Really, if you haven't read it, get a copy of it. It's spooky. Read it during the winter though. That's a winter book. So I hope that helps, Adam May. I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm glad to see you back here. So, that's really, I want you to refill that energy cup. Okay. And Maureen, hi. Should you sell your house in Australia? Where are you going to go? Why would you leave Australia? I know things were a bit weird there over the lockdown, but should you sell your house? Should you sell your house? Oh, we're over 3 hours, guys. Okay. I'm going to have to wrap it up soon. 5 of Swords. High Priestess. 4 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Swords upright. And the 5 of Pentacles. So there's certainly something that needs to be done with the house before you put it on the market. So I know it doesn't feel like home. It's not, you're not very connected to this property. It's just not something that, this isn't your dream home. That's okay. That's okay. But there's some things that need to be worked on for you to get your optimum return on it. So, what we can do here in the United States, we can hire every sale you have to have it would behoove you not to have a home inspector, but I don't think it's requisite, but I would have a home inspector come in and just kind of evaluate what would show up in an inspection. I don't know if you guys do that sort of stuff. Have them just advise you, what needs to be done. So, I'm sorry, to make 3 hours, I'm yawning, to make the house tip top so that, somebody could just walk in, because if it's not your dream house, it may be somebody else's dream house. Somebody may be, sitting at home going, I wish that I had the house that Maureen has. So I would pull somebody in and just have them do a quick look around, or if you have somebody who's handy, just have them take a quick look around and say, hey, what could we do to maximize our dollar on here? Even the real estate agent could do that. But if you do put it on the market, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Say we get all those ducks in a row. We fix the little things and you put the house on the market. Magic. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. So it may sit for a little bit. Now, I don't know, again, we don't know what's going to happen with this worldwide economy in March. I still see that there's this weird pivot that we have to do. It's like this hula hoop that we have to jump through. So we may be seeing, some weirdness in the next couple of months with the worldwide economy. So that may be something that's holding up. I'm telling you, every time somebody says to me, should I do something investment wise? Should I do something with my house? I get a hurry up and wait kind of thing for everybody. Just wait. You got to wait a little bit longer. You got to wait a little bit longer. It's like the bottom falls out or something. I don't know if we're going to go into, a world market crash, which I don't even know how that would work. But, who knows? Who knows? Hi, Sarah. You were lingering, but I threw you out and... Oh, Penny, your birthday's coming up. That's great. Thank you, Sunny Girl, for doing my job. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting a little flaky now. So let me see. Anybody else have questions in here? Deborah, which deck? The Housewives Tarot? This one? So it gets even cuter. Are you ready? And if you go to my website, there's a link to it. You can, any of the decks that I have, I have a link to I have a link to my Amazon shop on there. So this is the Housewives Tarot, and it's a recipe box with actual recipe dividers, and it gets even better, actual recipes. So this is like one of the few decks that I don't stick in its own bag, because the box is just so freaking cute. So, and it reads well. It's a good read. It's a little bit snarky, but I do like it. It's a little frank little deck. So, Sarah, my birthday's Wednesday. You can have a reading. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, gal. So let's see what's going on with Sarah. Give her nice big birthday reading. Ooh, you have itchy feet? Do you have like that wanderlust thing going on? So it looks to me as though you want to go on an adventure. We have this 5 of Cups in reverse, which is like, kind of that winter depression abating. It's coming off. It's going away. And this 4 of Wands in reverse, you just want to get away from the house. You just want to travel. Under the surface, you're ready and I'm gonna curse. This is like a fuck it all kind of attitude. You're like, fuck it all. I'm just gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take my notebook and my dog, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab a surfboard and head for Tahiti or wherever you're gonna go. 4 of Swords, you've been kind of sitting on your hands, just waiting in the background. And the Ace of Wands, you're not quite sure where you want to go, but all you know is that you do want to go. You have itchy feet. You're ready to cruise. And this 8 of Swords is in reverse, so you are free to go. How's that going to work out for you? Past, present, future. So in the past, all the choices that you've had, all the mistakes you've made, all the right turns that you've made, they've gotten you to this moment where you just want to shake it up. So if you've been playing by the rules very carefully, this is you wanting to shake it all up and just kind of do something different. It may not be good press for you with your family, with your friends. They may be shocked. And I'll tell you, Sarah, I did this when I was an undergrad. I was taking graduate classes my final year at my university, and I was allowed to take some graduate credits while I was doing that, and finishing up my senior year. And I was applying to other graduate schools, and I had the plug pulled on me for my financing, and I wound up over one night and 3 beers with a friend of mine, Jody, moving to California. I literally packed my car 3 days later with my dog and my cat and took off and left. And it kind of shocked everybody. They were like, what? And I was gone for a while. I was gone for a few years. I mean, I came back, I came back and forth, but I was like, no, I'm going to go. I'm going to split. I don't want to be here. I never really assimilated to California though. So it didn't quite work out. I was always just so East Coast. So Sarah, what kind of cool stuff can you expect in this next exciting adventure-filled year? What kind of cool stuff can you expect? What's coming your way? What's coming your way? Not taking those. We're still shuffling. Ooh, changing things up, new beginnings. Oh, taking charge of your existence and being very selfish about it, but like in a good way. This is like selfish in a good way. I think this is the best year ever. We do have this 9 of Swords here, but the 9 of Swords can be anxiety confused with excitement. I tell my kids all the time, when they get anxiety about like an event or doing something, I'm like, listen, don't confuse anxiety with excitement. You can be excited about stuff. I would get anxiety every time I went on a plane. I realized, I guess later in my early 20s, after being very anxious about traveling as a younger person, and I did travel a lot with my family. I figured out in my 20s that it was like this excitement of getting someplace, and I would just get overwhelmed by the excitement. And also, as a psychic, airports are kind of like a really amazing place for me. I get a lot of cool input when I go to airports. Like, there's people that are crying, there are people that are happy, but it's this amazing vortex of energy that's there. So I really like going to the airport. If you ever need a ride to the airport, I'm like, oh, I'll do it. I'll walk you right to the gate. Like, I know you can't go to the gate now, but I love going around the airport. I think it's an amazing place. I could be a TSA agent. I could totally do it. I would love that job. So yeah, I think this is going to be an amazing year. I think you are going to be making some wholesale changes to your life, and for the better. But don't second guess it. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't do too much either, because it's almost like you want to do too much under the surface. Just kind of pace yourself. All right. So if you do want to make these wholesale changes, pace yourself. Otherwise, you may get a little bit overwhelmed by it. And then you may have a little anxiety, like, what the hell did I do? But you never know. Like I woke up when I moved to California one day and I was like, what the hell did I do? And I walked outside and I was like, oh no, this is great. Like, I'm totally fine with being here. So guys, I'm close to having my whole I'm almost tapped out. Serendipity, thank you. Yes, thank you. Jay Marcus, we got to talk about something else. I have an idea. We'll talk about it later. I want to do a showcase with some of my favorite tarot people. I am so behind in the chat. So let me see. Okay. Love message from your person. Favor B. What am I, 20 minutes behind? I'm 20 minutes behind. That's not that bad. Invite me to a party. I show up to help do dishes. Love message from your person. What does your person think about you, Favor B? Oh, Favor B. Oh, you rock their world. They don't know what to do. Yeah, so your person is, very, very, very attached and not going anywhere, but also very reluctant to make any moves. So this is somebody that you kind of have to get them to make the move. And it's I don't want to say it's insecurity, but it's almost out of politeness. Like, oh, I don't know if I should, call. I don't know if I should text. I should just be quiet. They're afraid they're going to wreck what's going on, and they're afraid they're going to scare you off. So this is somebody that you have to reach out to. Do they like you? We're going to pull one from the middle. Thinking about it. I think there's a level of insecurity with this one. I mean, I don't think it's like terrific, but there's a lot of second guessing. There's a lot of like, should I, shouldn't I? I'm not sure if I should. I'm not sure if I shouldn't. This person, what do they need? They're very afraid of being verbally yelled at, like verbally put off. You have to be very careful with your wording with this one. But they're not sure how you feel, and you're not sure how they feel. So you kind of have to, you got to get in there. You got to be in it to win it. So I'm sorry that you're yawning, Cherie. TD, good night. All right, let me see. Oh, Sunny Girl. Okay, everyone, we got sculptors. Top Flight. Yes, we are taking donations. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom. I'm not looking at my PayPal or my Venmo. So, if you guys are asking if you're yes, Lisa, I'm still going. I'll still go. I'll still go. Maureen, you're renovating at the present. Yeah, very connected to home previously, but not now. It may be that your time is, done. You may be just done there. So, okay. Top Flight. Top Flight. Let's see. I'm actually going to do a different deck for you, Top Flight. Thank you for your donation. Top Flight. Top Flight. Does Stephanie want to be with you romantically? What's going on with Stephanie? Oh, thinking about putting things together. Oh, you've made her happy. Oh, yeah. So what's the problem with talking here? What is this, like a weird text messaging thing? So, yes. But this is another situation where I think there's some misunderstandings via text message. You have to be a little bit careful about those kinds of things. We all know that those happen, misunderstandings happen. But I do think that there is an interest there. She is fond of you. This is fondness, yes. But I think she's afraid that you're not. So what do we need to do? So this is another one that, we can't just like kind of kick in the doors and be like, come with me, but, setting the date and saying, hey, I'd really like to take you out. Let's go for coffee. Let's go grab a slushy fruit drink. Let's go parasailing. Let's jump out of an airplane, whatever floats your boat, bowling, billiards, darts, all those things. Mine and Greg's first date was at the gun range. If you can find a girl that wants to go to the gun range, I'm fully in favor of that. We went shooting on our first date, and then we went to the movies, and we had Mexican food, and we did a bunch of things on our first date. So, not a bunch of things, not that. We did 3 things. We went shooting, movies, or Mexican food, and then the movies. So I think, she needs you to kind of just say, hey, let's go on a date. And, sometimes those friendships that turn into relationships are really the best kind. Like, that was my husband. We were friends forever, so, it's definitely worth taking the dive. So if you and Stephanie do go on a date and start dating, how is that going to work out? Let's take a look. See how it's going to work out. And keep in mind when we do these readings, like, you can mature together and things can get better, things can get worse, those kinds of things. It is going to be life-changing. And all the bad stuff is going to be in the past. Ooh, this is a nice, cooperative, loving relationship. You are going to have to be careful, though, because she is a girl that's in demand. She's the kind of girl that she's a head turner, and not a Ted Turner, but a head turner. And you're going to have to kind of reconcile that. Like, she's there's going to be a lot of gentlemen that will come up to her perhaps not knowing that you are interested, but they will possibly make advances toward her. And that's not going to sit well with you. You're going to be a little bit more defensive about that. You have to be careful, because if she sees that, it's going to remind her of somebody else in her past that was kind of a jerk. And you're not the jerk, but it's going to remind her of the jerk. So she may ascribe jerk qualities to you, and you don't want that. So just be mindful that, young men will possibly come up to her. And it's not a matter of disrespect to you. It's just that they don't pick up on the vibe that there's something between the two of you. It could even be someone who's already in the whole kind of orbit, the universe for you guys. So, but I do think that this would be a very nice relationship. This is the lesson, though, that you have to learn, is not to be jealous or defensive when somebody else comes up to her. So, I hope that made sense. Hope it did. I'd say go for it and come back and tell us all how the first date went. Take her for ice cream. You don't have to take her shooting. I loved it. So let's see. I'm going to see if we have anybody else. Hi, Aisha. Welcome. Thanks for subscribing. That's awesome. Oh, it's your baby's mom. Okay. Get in there. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. J. Marcus. Range. So yeah, it's actually a long story. So I had a couple of friends that had promised to take me shooting, and they didn't, and I was kind of whiny about it one night. And Greg and I were still friends, but we were both secretly interested in each other. And I was whiny, and I was like, "Man, I'm supposed to go shooting, and nobody wants to take me shooting." He goes, "I'll take you shooting. I got a ton of ammo." So I was like, "All right, let's go." And so we went as friends. And then I had tried to put the moves on him a couple of times, but he didn't notice. And he was planning on putting the moves on me when we were going to see Jim Gaffigan. We had tickets to go see that. Like I said, we were really good friends. And so Greg never does 3 things in one day. He doesn't do more than 3 things in one day. So we went shooting, went for Mexican food after. And then I saw that the second Hunger Games came out, or maybe it was the last Hunger Games came out in the theater. And I was like, "Oh, we got to go see that." I said, "We can still catch the 11:30 show." And he goes, "I never do 3 things in one day." And I go, "Oh, you're doing 3 things in one day today." And so I dragged him out to the movies. I fell asleep in the movie because it had the big comfy chairs. And then when he drove me back home, I was like, "This is a date. I'm calling it. Yeah, you got to kiss me." I made him kiss me. So made him do it. I've been happy ever since. So all right. I am going to call it a night, boys and girls. Really appreciate everybody being here. This was great. I hope you had fun. I had fun. Did you guys have fun? Let me take off the second screen. So I had a great time. 3.5 hours is probably my longest live ever. Not counting the New Year's marathon that I did. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, great rest of your night. I'm going to try and do another live on Wednesday. So, we've got a few things going on, but I've got plenty of production videos for you. And we've got the what do you call it, the shorts that I've been doing. So the shorts, people are viewing the shorts, so I'm going to keep doing them. I'll keep making them part of the class that I do. So but thank you everybody that contributed. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I love this. You guys are my favorite part of the day. And I'm gonna go wash my face and go to bed, go see the snow. All right, have a great night everybody. Thanks so much again. Bye.